My teacher says everything we need is right where we are.
She says all you have to do is turn up your dream switch.
There's a reason we call this place
Greater Nebraska.
Greater Nebraska.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a four-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large four-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter-to-semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the non-stop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
Taking control of your grain marketing means having enough storage on your farm to maximize profits. Have you considered adding storage to your operation? Talk to the pros at D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer in Plymouth, about the options you have to make your grain handling more effective and more profitable. If grain storage or grain handling is a problem, D&K Agri-Sales is the solution. Bins, legs, towers, conveyors, elevators, dryers, augers, parts, and maintenance. Call D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer, for your grain marketing solutions today. Online at dnkagrisales.com.
And now it's time to enjoy the game thanks to United Healthcare. All-Star Baseball from beautiful Wahoo, Nebraska. Michael Shively and Andy Klassen with you. Happy to bring you the Wahoo Area Kiwanis Club American Legion All-Star Game. And we do have a special guest here throwing out the first pitch. From the Kiwanis Club, it is the governor of the Nebraska and Iowa districts. And this has got to be one of the best civic events that you could put on when that's your organization's mindset. Give back to the community, especially the area's youth. What better way to do it than hosting an event that benefits area businesses, brings people to town, and recognizes the achievements of youth? I mean, they're crossing everything off the list.
They really are. What we mentioned, 35 different communities being represented here today. Just a real special, awesome event. They've been doing this for 17 years now.
And we're ready for that first pitch before the North and the South get ready for action. And dials up a strike, and we're ready for action. So the North, they are the visitors. The South, they are the host, the home team. And we're going to have a lot of flexibility in terms of who's on the mound, who's at what position, so we'll keep you as updated as we can. But starting on the mound for the South squad, it's Camden Thompson of Wood River. So Thompson will start for the South, and he'll go against the North. First, it's Cabrales, Beacon, and Hostetler, the three due up to start this inning.
And it doesn't necessarily reflect where they used to bat as far as in the order during the season. It's just all numerical order. So 1, 2, 3, it all has to do with the number on the back of their jersey, not necessarily where they traditionally line up or play.
So we'll be a little flexible on substitutions in this All-Star game, but otherwise the rules are the same. And instead of a 7-inning game like typical at the high school and Legion level, we will see 9 innings of baseball this evening in Wahoo. So gear up. We got a few hours of All-Star baseball celebrating the best in classes B and C in the state. Starting things off, Camden Thompson, that pitcher, he will attend UNK. As far as what he did in the hitting challenge, 9 points. That's respectable. 3 points meant you got the ball at least 200 feet, so he did that 3 times. Now he's trying to prevent anyone else from doing that to start off this game.
And I think it's going to be real challenging for these hitters here today because the majority of these All-Stars do a fair amount of pitching. You're seeing the starter here from Wood River, Mr. Thompson, and you can just tell from his warm-ups he's got one whale of a fastball that he's going to want to deliver early on here to the North Blue team.
I believe the catcher is Thatcher Kozel of Waverly. He is typically a catcher, so we're starting off with one of the hot hands at catcher, one of the guys that's used to it. It's possible that we'll see some that aren't typically catchers manning the backstop, but Tanner Kozel, or rather Thatcher Kozel, typically does for Waverly. Bubba Cabrales of Ponca to lead things off at the plate, takes the ball, and we're underway from Sam Crawford Field in Wahoo. It is a 7-12 first pitch.
Cabrales, the Ponca native, did a nice job taking that opening pitch there.
I didn't get to see much Legion baseball throughout the year, Andy, but I did. The round of applause is for the Kiwanis governor walking by. I did get to see Ponca and Hartington in a couple of outstanding games, or really just one outstanding game, one blowout. Ponca got the W in the blowout. The great game went the way of Hartington. And Cabrales, he performed quite well, as did Hunter Volkert, who we will see later.
Cabrales did a nice job of trying to go outside and track that ball. Just a little too far outside. You really got to credit Thompson for locating his pitch early on here.
And throws the heater past a swinging Dylan Feakin.
And that's the fastball I was talking about right there.
Hard hit ball, nice diving stop at third, and the throw just a little low, not quite dug out at first base. That will be an infield single, but a great effort over there at third to stab and prevent that ball from getting to the outfield and possibly being extra bases.
Yeah, if you talk to the first baseman, Trace Bosch out of Overton, he would tell you, I should have picked that. I could have came up with that one.
Now it's Nate Hostetler. Hostetler from Crete. Takes the first one for a ball.
That was an interesting conversation we had with Hostetler's Legion coach prior to the game, talking about some of the out-of-state tournaments they went to and the level of competition they played against. Hostetler did a real nice job as a pitcher, really pitching up to a whole nother class. Some guys that already had some college experience under their belts on some of these non-Legion tournaments they played earlier this season.
He said it was Moline, Illinois, in the Quad Cities where they went to play, and had all teams from Iowa and Illinois represented, and much bigger populations to draw from. And Crete held their own.
Yeah.
Came away with a win there and competed hard in the other games, had a chance. And when you play talent like that, it really helps your game.
Really does. He said that did the team well. They came back and got on a roll, strung some wins together, and made a nice little season out of it afterwards.
Swing and a miss. That pitch filthy. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it got Hostetler to golf for it. A strikeout for Camden Thompson. 2 down, and Feakin, the runner at first base. Aiden Urbaum comes up now from Valparaiso, a shortstop.
And Thompson, the pitcher from Wood River, is dealing right now, doing a real nice job using his fastball to set up that breaking ball.
Spiked that one some. Long blonde hair flowing from the back of Aiden Urbaum's helmet.
Little sunshine look there.
It is indeed. He'll be playing college baseball at Dordt College. Billy bends over in his stance. Gets low, minimizes that strike zone.
Urbaum reminds me of a player I played with at a real fine baseball camp down in Lawrence, Kansas. The university was putting it on, and this kid had long flowing hair and he wore flip-flops everywhere around, and one of the coaches said, "You must be one of those kids from California." He goes, "No, I'm from Iowa."
You can have that vibe anywhere, and perhaps in Valparaiso. That's the situation here for Aiden Urbaum. Described by his coach as a smart player and very mentally tough. Dealing with a 2-2 count, stays alive.
Right there, some of that know-how or heads-up play. He was protecting the plate. That pitch was a little high, a little outside, but he didn't want to get caught standing there taking that third strike, protecting the plate. Smart play.
See if Feakin's on the move here with 2 down. Not yet, but he will be now with a full count. Chance for Urbaum to continue the inning. That was a confusion initially.
A timeout called late there.
That must have been the case.
There was a long pause there, and I was waiting for the pitch as well. And I was curious, what would Thompson, the pitcher, Camden Thompson, what do you want to go with? Usually he would want to, this pitch, we've seen him go with this curveball.
Yeah.
But you might want to go back to his fastball.
Check swing, and the pitch wound up high. He did go with the heater. A tough one to lay off, and Urbaum did that. Draws the base on balls. Up the second head speaking. To the plate comes Cade Lyman of Springfield, an outfielder.
And that was a fine piece of hitting by Urbaum. They're getting down in the count, like you were talking about his mental toughness, staying with it, fighting off a couple pitches, taking the walk.
Lynham, the lefty, watches the first one. Thompson got a couple of quick outs, an infield grounder that was an infield single. And the full count walk issued, trying to get out of the side here. Gets one over the plate.
And for the most part, Thompson's had really good control with that fastball. And more times than not, when he misses low.
Pitch to Lynham. Right back to the screen. Chain link fence is separating the playing field from the stands. Old school field of the ballpark, plenty spacious. There's a good concession stand, but it's certainly an old school feel to it. Concrete risers, really, and then some chairbacks scattered throughout. Lots of them occupied by fans. 1-2 delivery is inside.
Now, it's quite an event. You can tell Wahoo takes a lot of pride in it. The baseball field looks immaculate. A lot of folks out here to enjoy. A lot of folks traveled in, but you also see a lot of people wearing those Wahoo Warrior hats.
Proud tradition of athletics in this town, including on the ball diamonds. Second straight batter to work through a full count. Urbaum was able to work a walk out of it. We'll see what Lynham can do.
So you really are seeing some top-level pitching versus some top-level hitting, being able to work these full counts.
Flies it right back towards our truck, which is parked beyond the stadium.
That might have been
there, Will.
That might have been the company car there, Michael.
Our director, Will Ryan, in the truck. Played some baseball himself. I'm going to assume he made the catch.
Sounded like a door.
Good contact there, but pushed foul. Staying alive. Lynham working a deep count.
Yeah, Lynham.
Consecutive hitters.
Yeah, Lynham out of Springfield once again doing a real nice job. You just mentioned it. Hanging in there, fighting off pitches, getting to the full count, and a couple of consecutive foul balls. Real nice pitches come from Camden Thompson, unable to get the strikeout.
He makes it up from the fastball, maybe trying to get a whiff here. No, just leaves it high, and that's 2 straight walks. We've seen good eyes, and sometimes in all-star games you think people come and take their hacks, but last 2 players being very disciplined and drawing walks to load the bases for Colin Lynham.
Well, you hit the nail on the head right there, Michael, and that's a tough pitch to lay off. Full count, you're fighting off pitches, and you get a high heater like that. Usually, like you said, especially in this setting, an all-star game setting, you want to take your hacks. Disciplined piece of hitting.
Lynham does, and he lifts it to deep center field. The center fielder, though, able to get there and make the play in the sunlight. That's a tougher catch than it looked like, and they stay loaded. Through the first inning or first half inning of play, we have no score. There was no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. South team takes their first hacks at it when we come back on News Channel Nebraska.
Wind energy means opportunity. Did you know that a local wind energy project would usher in millions of new tax dollars to the county and school taxing districts, and increase funds allow schools to invest in quality education programs, technology, facility development, and even renovations? Funds can be used as needed to improve our schools and the learning environment for our children. To learn more about how wind energy is good for Northeast Nebraska schools, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
If you're looking for excellent physical therapy or a great place to work out, Husker Rehab in Beatrice is the place to start. At Husker Rehab, they enjoy a friendly, relaxed atmosphere, and they'll help you reach your goals.
At Husker Rehab, we take pain personally, and we're always looking for the best solutions to help you out and have proven results. Hi, this is Ryan Wade, a physical therapist at Husker Rehab in Beatrice. If you have a referral for physical therapy or are looking to get into better shape, we'd love to help you out.
That's Husker Rehab with 2 locations in Lincoln, 1 in Beatrice, and 1 in Fairbury. Call today for more information or learn more at huskerrehab.com.
Get your tickets for the 4th Annual Faith Regional Health Services Foundation Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night. With grown-up games like Giant Jenga, Giant Connect 4, Human Foosball, and more on Saturday, August 17th at the Divots Defense Center in Norfolk. Enjoy an evening of grown-up games, a live DJ, dinner and drinks, along with a raffle and silent auction starting at 6 p.m. Proceeds will be used to purchase more AEDs to be placed in area businesses, schools, and organizations. Get your tickets for the Faith Regional Health Services Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night, Saturday, August 17th.
Scoreless top half of the first. Let's take a look at one of the fine defensive plays. This was managed by the leadoff man that we're about to see, Jackson Grove of Bruning Davenport Shickley, and made a fine stop. Didn't get the out at first base, but some of the good glove that I think we're going to see flashed throughout this game. So we pick things up, bottom of the first. The starting pitcher for the North squad, the blue team, is Nate Hostetler of Crete. He's going against Grote, the batter.
Yeah, Hostetler, one of those pitchers, had an ERA under 3 throughout the season, a 2.85 with 42 strikeouts on the season.
Mentioned by his coach as one of those elite pitchers that helped them compete in out-of-state tournaments, and he works a strikeout of Grote to start the bottom half of the first.
You saw Hostetler wasn't fooling around right out of the gate there, going with the heat, blowing away. Very tough pitch to locate.
Peyton Dubert enters, also from BDS. Hit over 300 in the 2018 season. His numbers took a bit of a dip this year, but his coach still gave him the All-Star nod because of how important he is to the team chemistry and his defensive excellence.
Yeah, one of those versatile players, can really play multiple positions, infield and outfield, and you mentioned it, a fine batter as well, batting .304 on the season.
Quick mention for the catcher for the North squad, it is Nate Mensick of Crete. So Crete throwing to Crete, and now a high chopper towards second. They get it over in plenty of time for out number 2.
Hunter Bay making it look easy over there at second base. We mentioned that in the hitting challenge. If your name is Babe, first or last, I think baseball is your sport.
Yes, you must play. That is an actual requirement. Didn't quite get one out of the park like the Babe would have in the hitting challenge. And a good display still. First pitch, a ball to the new batter, Caden Ritz, talking about that hitting challenge. One of the guys that made the championship round is shortstop from Donovan Trumbull, who's at the dish now.
Yeah, he got into quite a rhythm, especially that opening round where he recorded 33 points. Each time he hit the ball over the 200-foot mark, he got 3 points. So that gives you an idea of what a consistent type of hitter he can be.
All of these hitters having a tough time catching up to that Hostetler heater here in the first inning. He did a quick 1-2-3. That was dropped, no contact, so a chance on the drop third strike. But the throw by Mensick to first is on time, and Hostetler breezes through the bottom of the first. We're scoreless through 1 inning of play. We'll have more All-Star baseball action when we come back.
Jefferson Community Health and Life provides high-quality health and wellness services to Jefferson County and beyond. Our commitment to you is to provide exceptional family care to inspire a lifetime of health. We now offer family medicine services at 2 convenient locations in Fairbury and Plymouth to keep your family healthy for life. We are proud to welcome Dr. Brett Wergen, a native Nebraskan, to our team of 7 family medicine providers who all focus on developing long-term positive relationships with patients. Jefferson Community Health and Life.
We work every day to make your lives easier. I'm Jeremiah with Dio Technologies of Diller. Smart home automation allows digital devices that you use every day, like TVs, audio equipment, lights, security panels, and thermostats, to work together with easy-to-use devices like a remote control, tablet, or even your smartphone. With smart home automation, your whole home becomes more comfortable, convenient, and easier to control.
To learn more about how Diode Technologies can customize your smart home for your family, give me a call today. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller, your local technology solutions company.
Nebraska is prime country for farming corn, beans, and now wind energy. For landowners interested in hosting a wind turbine, this doesn't mean giving up a lot of land. A wind turbine and its access drive will only occupy about 1/2 of an acre, leaving the rest of the land usable for world-class northeast Nebraska farming. That half-acre used to harvest the wind will also help educate school children and improve area roads with additional tax revenue. To learn more, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
Michael Shively and Andy Klassen with you in Wahoo at Sam Crawford Field, having some fun with some American Legion All-Star Baseball. No score, top of the second inning. The South squad will be in there defensively. Camden Thompson pitched a scoreless first. Jarrett McDowell of Minden takes over here for the second. His opponents, Morrissey, Ahrens, and Volkert, the three scheduled to face him here in the top half of the second inning.
Not sure if that's Caden Lynham. Who's the catcher here we got this inning?
Expect to see the pitcher and catchers each rotate. Cannot tell. It looks like it's actually Thatcher Kozel again.
Yep, out of
his
Waverly.
second straight inning, and he is a natural catcher, so he might be doing that quite often this evening. For the North squad, expect to see the catcher and pitcher rotate every inning. That's what we were told by the coach.
Thought that was a sneaky good move to start the game with the North, how they had a Crete pitcher pitching to a Crete catcher.
That familiarity is important. You're not going to get mixed up on signs, and you have a buddy you're throwing to, can immediately be comfortable.
And how many times have you heard it? You got to get off to a good start. So many coaches depend on getting off to that good start. The North setting themselves up well with Hostetler pitching to one of his own catchers.
And now a 2-1 count to the hitter Morrissey. Colin Morrissey from Wahoo, hometown kid. He'll go to UNL and major in agribusiness.
Ooh.
Lefty can't make contact, and it's gone full.
And now McDowell with a real nice off-speed pitch. Got the batter way out in front.
Lost that one high, and a first batter walk puts one aboard with nobody down for Trey Ahrens.
And you'll see that every now and then. Jarrett McDowell likes to throw a lot of junk anyway he did that first batter. Sometimes it's hard to keep control when you throw all those different pitches. Unlike Hostetler, he was throwing heat just about every single time.
And that worked in that bottom of the first. That was quick. I hope you didn't go to the bathroom at home or go make some popcorn. You missed Nate Hostetler working through that side. 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
He looked like a pitching machine up there on the bump.
We might only get 1 inning of him. Big secondary lead, and the ball is flown deep. This one's hit far. It's heading back to the fence, and it's gone. A 2-run home run. Trey Ahrens to deep center field, and the North squad in front 2-zip.
And how fitting, the hometown hero comes big to dead center into the win to get the blue team on the board.
Trey Ahrens said, I was just hustling you in that hitting challenge. I was saving my big swings for the actual game, and he launched it to deep center. He had, looking at his hitting challenge, 12 points, pardon me, which means 4 hits of over 200 feet in 10 tries, or in 5 tries.
Here's the replay, and you knew right off of the bat it had a chance. Look at the flags in the background bringing it in. I thought it might be a little short, but he had such pop to it, drove it right over dead center.
Replay is brought to you by Husker Rehab, and that was a fun one. I wasn't sure we were going to see a home run here in the game. We only saw 3 in the hitting challenge.
Well,
it just took throwing a hard fastball to help get it out.
And, you know, the players took batting practice over in the cage before that hitting challenge, and they were facing a lot of heat, hard pitches coming in at them. And then the hitting challenge, you know, there's a little bit of heat. They're served up high. It's just a different type of pitch that they're trying to handle during that hitting challenge.
It helps when the ball's coming in at 80 miles an hour to give it a little extra velocity heading off of the bat.
You're
versus
exactly
your
right.
your 50 to 60 mile an hour. That's all on your strength. And at this level, you know, give them 10 years to build up that strength. In the majors, they can do that off of a BP pitch. But at least that's my hypothesis here.
And I think it's a good one. And Trey Aarons, the hometown hero out of Wahoo, had no problem catching up to that one, taking it out of the park. Dead center. Wow, what a swing.
Now it's Hunter Volkert trying to stay alive against an 0-2 pitch.
Ooh.
Outside. Volkert's really successful season for Ponca. Hit 390. Takes a rip at that. It goes off of his ankle.
And when you have numbers like Volkert has, batting 390, 17 RBIs, on-base percentage of 489, it's not a tough out. He's going to battle up there, whether he's down 0-2 or whatever the scenario may be. You already talked of the mental toughness of some of the other batters we saw. Volkert, very smart batter from Ponca.
McDowell trying to move past the home run. To Hopper to shortstop. Good throw to first base. Able to get him for out number 1. Good play out there in the field, handled by Jay Adams.
Adams out of Waverly, one of those multi-positional players, loves to play in the infield. Shortstop, second base. He's also one of the pitchers. I got a feeling we're going to see him up on the bump here later this game as well.
Great look at that in our Husker Rehab instant replay. Brings up Nate Mensick of Crete.
Well, Jay came up firing on that one.
Right at the knees on the first offering to Mensick. Had 26 points in the first round of the hitting challenge, earning his ticket to the championship round. Mensick, some superb numbers
really
in his regular season.
Another one of these players, I think we got about 8 of them on hand here that's going to play baseball at the next level. Didn't have to go too far, going to Doane University.
Staying in Crete. Beautiful campus there at Doane. Mensick takes upstairs. Gorgeous evening for baseball here in Wahoo. Shadows starting to cascade across the ballpark. Winds blowing gently in from center and a comfortable 78 degrees. For August 3rd, we couldn't dial up much better.
And when we started the hitting challenge, it was 81 degrees, partly cloudy. A lot of the clouds.
A little more humid then, and it's dew points gone down some. Mensick works a walk. I'm sure some All-Star Classics are absolute burners.
Oh, yeah. Late in the summer, you got that south wind blowing in.
Really American feel to this atmosphere here. I mean, not only do you have 7 American flags in center field, you have the American star right behind home plate, and then you feel you hear the sounds from around us.
Yep.
There's a water park right next to us. That was packed earlier in that midday heat. The sounds of the Saunders County Fair in the distance. You were keeping tabs on the public address for the tractor pull.
Yeah, it sounded like there was some pretty good times there. Some excited fans over at the Saunders County Fair as well.
This is Preston Anderson from Schuyler facing an 0-2 count. Gets a piece of it. Right to the second baseman who makes the tag and goes to first. That's a double play. Fine effort by the South squad to get out of the side, but they didn't do it before Trey Aarons left his mark on Sam Crawford Field, leaving the facility to center field. 2-0 North team. The South tries to respond next on NCN.
Have you ever wondered what's behind the doors of Valley Bet Fashion Direct in Marysville? See, this isn't just a vet supply store. They carry a large selection of all kinds of boots, work, fashion, or casual, for all ages. Make sure you check out the sales selection to steal a deal. Perfect your look with their variety of jeans, shirts, and accessories. And if you can't find your size in the store, chances are they have it in their huge warehouse. Valley Vet, Fashion Direct, on Highway 36 in Marysville, open 7 days a week.
People ask me what I want to be when I grow up.
I don't know.
All I know is where I want to be. A place where people believe in me and listen to my ideas. Where people care.
Where everyone belongs. Where no dream is too big.
My teacher says everything we need is right where we are.
She says all you have to do is turn up your dream switch.
There's a reason we call this place
Greater Nebraska.
Greater Nebraska.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a four-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large four-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter-to-semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
American Legion All-Star Baseball on News Channel Nebraska, brought to you in part by D&K Agri-Sales, your solution to grain storage and grain marketing problems. D&K services and repairs all of their grain bins and products. They even do custom work. Visit them online at dnkagrisales.com. This game also brought to you in part by the Nebraska Community Foundation. Well, we're here in the bottom of the second inning, and it's 2-0 for the North team. They are blue, South team red, trying to respond from a two-run homer by Trey Ahrens, the top half of the inning. New pitcher for the North is Aiden Erbaum of Valparaiso.
Havelschrud doing a real nice job of laying off two high heaters. Fell just a little bit behind the middle pitch there, though.
Easton Havelschrud from Waverly, part of 5 Waverly players. The Vikings well represented here, and they certainly all have impressive individual accolades.
Yeah, Havelschrud is another one of these players going to go play at the next level at Indian Hills Community College. Fine program. They take their baseball serious over there at Indian Hills.
But it's the future Dordt College player, Aiden Erbaum, working the strikeouts. And 3 of the first 4 batters to come up from the south go down by the swinging strike. Impressive pitching. First Hotstetler, and now Erbaum getting off on the right start here in the second.
And Erbaum has real nice command. He's keeping everything by the strike zone. He's working the high side, and he's coming back with the low, really keeping those batters off balance.
Garrett Modi is the catcher for the North team right now. Thatcher Kozel has caught the first couple of innings for the South. He's at the dish, batting from the left side. Thatcher watches the off-speed upstairs.
And you made mention of it earlier, but we're seeing some disciplined hitting here from both sides. Able to lay off those high pitches, the outside pitch.
Inside at Hare. Checking down the right and left field lines, you see the bullpens. Each side with some arms loosening. Going to see a lot of change at the pitcher position. High, deep fly ball, that's foul. But that flew a mile. That was watching out in the Saunders County Fair down the way.
Yeah, I was going to say if it's fair, it's gone.
There's a vehicle that was driving down the street down the right field line. That's a police officer. They would have had to. They would have had to get the handcuffs out for Mr. Kozel.
Oh, smart pitch from Urbaum going right back to that high heat. And that's
Kozel wanted to go deep again.
Yeah, and that was a fearless pitch right there from a fearless pitcher. Especially seeing one just go clear the fence there. Go back and lean on your payoff pitch.
That would have been an all-time News Channel Nebraska moment if a foul ball had broken the windshield of a police car in Wahoo.
I would have said it's your fault. You're the jinx guy, not me.
We couldn't have said, oh, no, it wasn't Thatcher Kozel. We couldn't say that it's on TV now. They would know. There's video evidence. The video surveillance indicates. We would know who it was.
Number
Nolan
5
Brown
for the red team.
Right. Nolan Brown, the shortstop from Waverly. He flies it to the left side. Play for the North shortstop. Made easily. And just like the bottom of the first, it's 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. Aiden Urbaum, a nice 1-2-3 side, and it remains 2-0 North as we head to the top of the third inning on News Channel Nebraska.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the non-stop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
Taking control of your grain marketing means having enough storage on your farm to maximize profits. Have you considered adding storage to your operation? Talk to the pros at D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer in Plymouth, about the options you have to make your grain handling more effective and more profitable. If grain storage or grain handling is a problem, D&K Agri-Sales is the solution. Bins, legs, towers, conveyors, elevators, dryers, augers, parts, and maintenance. Call D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer, for your grain marketing solutions today. Online at dnkagrisales.com.
Wind energy means opportunity. Did you know that a local wind energy project would usher in millions of new tax dollars to the county and school taxing districts, and increased funds allow schools to invest in quality education programs, technology, facility development, and even renovations? Funds can be used as needed to improve our schools and the learning environment for our children. To learn more about how wind energy is good for Northeast Nebraska schools, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
Time for the third inning. Michael Shively, Andy Klassen with you from Wahoo. New pitcher on for the South squad. It's Nolan Brown of Waverly, and he's in the record books for pitching, Andy. ERA and saves record for high school ball in Waverly.
Yeah, carried a 2.10 ERA throughout the season. And now you're seeing the South team, the red team, getting a little bit of an advantage here defensively, where they're getting a hometown pitcher to the hometown catcher here, as you're going to have Brown pitching to Waverly native Kozel, who just nearly shattered a police windshield on his previous at-bat.
I want to remind you that our replays throughout the broadcast today brought to you by Husker Rehab. 2-0 North squad. That's thanks to a home run last inning. Trey Aarons lifted off to deep center field to make it 2-0 on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. To start off this top of the third inning, it's Stephen Mybaum, followed by Ryan Raisler and Hunter Babe.
Mybaum out of Crofton, Nebraska. So many different towns and communities being represented here this evening.
Pinstripe pants. Doesn't get one to hit on the first offering. You know, with Legion Ball, Andy, it always throws me off when you have these teams, and I'm used to Crofton being maroon, and all of a sudden they're blue. Or there's no affiliation with the high school, so they can pick whatever colors they want at the Legion level.
And, you know, just like minor league baseball, sometimes it gets really zany. I remember we played a team in O'Neill, and they were sponsored by the John Deere dealership. They're the Cardinals, but their colors were green and yellow because they're sponsored by John Deere.
Okay, so they changed birds from O'Neill High Eagles to the Cardinals, and they wear green and yellow, naturally. Wow, that is some velocity coming from Nolan Brown. You can see why he was the saves leader at Waverly, and he gets a K to start off the third.
He's also going to play at the next level for UNO, the Mavericks, who has a fine baseball program really rolling right now. Made the NCAA tournament this past season, and they're looking for arms like Nolan Brown.
3-year starter for this Waverly Vikings program, always a stalwart in Class B. Got the strike call against the new hitter, Ryan Raisler. Raisler, he was one of the guys that put on a show for us earlier today. He finished at second, tied for second in the hitting challenge with 54 points, but that first round was really impressive for Raisler. Netted 45 points, including one that hit the wall.
Yeah, got into a real nice rhythm, just kept stroking him right out to left field for another.
But right now, Brown's untouchable.
Wow. Yeah, you can just, we talked about it off air there, there's just a little bit of a difference between the next level players compared to some others, and right now you're seeing that in spades with Nolan Brown, just delivering that fastball with such command.
Hunter Babe will take a stab at it, gets contact at the first pitch and fouls it backwards and out of the park. That's the first step. Get a piece of it, understand that you can catch up to that velocity, then learn where to position it. Kozel looks natural in that catcher position. They've been leaning on him for the first 3 innings and really seems comfortable with everybody that's been on the mound.
And if you get a guy that loves to catch and wants to play the position, meanwhile the others kind of want to stay out in the field, it kind of works out for everybody.
Brown wants to take it himself. The pitcher corrals it, and a quick top of the third. Strikeout, strikeout, fly out. The score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard remains 2-0 in favor of the North. We continue with more baseball next.
If you're looking for excellent physical therapy or a great place to work out, Husker Rehab in Beatrice is the place to start. At Husker Rehab, they enjoy a friendly, relaxed atmosphere, and they'll help you reach your goals.
At Husker Rehab, we take pain personally, and we're always looking for the best solutions to help you out and have proven results. Hi, this is Ryan Wade, a physical therapist at Husker Rehab in Beatrice. If you have a referral for physical therapy or are looking to get into better shape, we'd love to help you out.
That's Husker Rehab with 2 locations in Lincoln, 1 in Beatrice, and 1 in Fairbury. Call today for more information or learn more at huskerrehab.com.
Get your tickets for the 4th Annual Faith Regional Health Services Foundation Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night. Grown-up games like Giant Jenga, Giant Connect 4, Human Foosball, and more on Saturday, August 17th at the Divots Defense Center in Norfolk. Enjoy an evening of grown-up games, a live DJ, dinner and drinks, along with a raffle and silent auction starting at 6 p.m. Proceeds will be used to purchase more AEDs to be placed in area businesses, schools, and organizations. Get your tickets for the Faith Regional Health Services Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night, Saturday, August 17th.
Jefferson Community Health and Life provides high-quality health and wellness services to Jefferson County and beyond. Our commitment to you is to provide exceptional family care to inspire a lifetime of health. We now offer family medicine services at 2 convenient locations in Fairbury and Plymouth to keep your family healthy for life. We are proud to welcome Dr. Brett Wergen, a native Nebraskan, to our team of 7 family medicine providers who all focus on developing long-term positive relationships with patients. Jefferson Community Health and Life.
Welcome back on News Channel Nebraska. There's a good shot of our crowd here in Wahoo. Locals, people traveling in, parents, friends, family of those participating. Good attendance here, helping boost the Kiwanis club as well. Great entertainment. Bottom of the third, and it's 2-0. Nate Mensick takes over on the mound for the North squad, representing Crete. And gets it right past the swinging bat of Jay Adams. Watch out, Jay, the Waverly star that had 45 points in our hitting challenge. You can definitely see why some of these pitchers made the All-Star game.
Yeah.
The velocity jumps up a notch from the typical American Legion pitchers.
Really does, and then you start to see them sprinkle in their off-speed pitch right there. One got a little bit away there from Mensick, but more times than not, they got pretty good control of that. Keep the batters off balance.
flown down the right field line. A long run for the right fielder into foul territory, and he's there to watch it into the mid. A fine catch made by Colin Lynham on the run for the first out at the bottom of the third.
Lynham did a real nice job of keeping his eyes on the ball. Then he went up, fighting the sun and through the shadows there. Caught the ball with two hands as it drifted out of bounds into foul territory.
Well, here he is. You had a nice conversation with him after the hitting challenge. Mr. Rhett Jordan, after hitting 3 bombs, I'll refer to him with the proper name, Mr. Rhett. And I think the North squad remembers that he hit those 3 homers. They're not going to want him to repeat that feat.
I think you're exactly right. And what a well-spoken young man. Very humble. You know, he started the conversation with, I didn't even expect to do very good in the hitting challenge, to be honest with you, let alone win it, and win it by the margin. He put on a show.
It wasn't even close. He finished with 110 points, 83 of them coming in the first round. At one point, what was it, 15 straight that went 200 feet?
Yep, and 3 dingers sprinkled inside that.
Can he translate it to the game? Let's find out. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Was on it, fouled it back to the screen.
Well, you know the pitching staff and the coaches for the blue team, the North team, they're thinking about that. They're not going to try and pitch around anybody because everybody's an elite batter here. But in the back of their minds, you know they're thinking, Jordan's swinging a really hot bat right now. Let's be careful with him.
He's got a piece of the last couple. Trying to figure out how to place it.
And if you watch the hitting challenge, Rhett Jordan's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He's not changing up his swing. He's keeping his head down. He's just swinging right through the ball there, just trying to make good contact.
And he's watched his way full. Nice battle here from some Class B opponents, often playing each other between Waverly and Crete. Mensick against Jordan. The payoff.
Ooh.
Called strike 3. Punched him out, and out number 2.
Rhett Jordan must have thought that was a little low end outside. Umpire seeing it a different way there, and I might have to side with the blue here. Especially on a full count. You got to protect.
All right, let's bring up the K-zone. Our Husker Rehab replay. They punch him out.
I know Major League Baseball is talking about bringing in robots and infrared to call balls and strikes, but I think Legion Baseball, we're going to be safe with the umpires for at least a couple more seasons.
I bet so. This is Jarrett McDowell at the plate. We've seen him on the mound so far. McDowell quickly in the hole 0-2. Representing Minden. Gets it off the end of the bat. Slow roller, takes an awkward hop on the lip of the grass.
Up and go. That might have been the most awkward infield hit I have ever seen there. And I mean,
make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
He's grimacing. Something was awkward about that for McDowell.
Seeing the first baseman there, giving him a hard time, kind of laughing, joking around with him.
I don't know if you expected that to be an easy out or what, but was not sprinting down the line and then had an awkward angle at it too.
Well, he was behind the pitch there, but he did a fine job of fighting it off. He was in a hole. He was just batting to protect. He got some lumber on the ball. And then what I was thinking is, get the ball in play, things happen, and that's exactly what came around. And inside the infield, base hit there.
All right, so we'll agree, not the prettiest, but that's the first base runner of the game for the South. And now they're saying, let's keep it going. Single right up the middle by Mason Wright. Back-to-back hits and a little 2-out rally brewing for the South squad.
Mason Wright did an excellent job of squaring that ball up and driving it right back at the pitcher. See the replay right here. Look how he squares it up. Doesn't try to do too much with it.
Nearly got the bare hand. That's not one of those where you say, don't go for the bare hand if you're the pitcher. There's no reason for that. Now trying to get that third out against Luis Trejo from Wood River. Trejo takes a big cut at the first offering.
And you're seeing it with the South team, the red team right here. Put the ball in play, good things happen. Trejo falls behind here, 0-2. He's got to focus on just getting the barrel of the bat on the ball. And Mensick is thinking, I can throw my off speed, I can throw my fastball.
Instead, he loses it inside and plunks Trejo to load the bases. After a fly ball and strikeout to start the frame, an infield single, then an up the middle base knock. Now a hit by pitch. Jose Trejo has a chance to drive in a run.
And if you're head coach TJ Ritz of the red team, you're thinking, well, this is great. We've kind of had a sloppy inning here, but the bases are loaded. How we got here, I don't know. On the flip side, Rod Walters thinking, how in the heck are the bases loaded and we're not back in the dugout batting ourselves here?
So can Mensick get out of it against the player from Wood River? Trejo brothers. That pitch gets loose. Heading towards the plate, the runner, the play at the plate, got him. Mensick applies the tag on McDowell to retire the side. The catcher able to track that one down off of the backstop and relay it quickly to his pitcher to apply the tag. And that ends the threat in the bottom of the third inning. There were no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. 3 in the books on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard, 2-0 North Team.
We work every day to make your lives easier. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller.
Smart home automation allows digital devices that you use every day, like TVs, audio equipment, lights, security panels, and thermostats, to work together with easy-to-use devices like a remote control, tablet, or even your smartphone. With smart home automation, your whole home becomes more comfortable, convenient, and easier to control.
To learn more about how Diode Technologies can customize your smart home for your family, give me a call today. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller, your local technology solutions company.
Nebraska is prime country for farming corn, beans, and now wind energy. For landowners interested in hosting a wind turbine, this doesn't mean giving up a lot of land. A wind turbine and its access drive will only occupy about 1/2 of an acre, leaving the rest of the land usable for world-class Northeast Nebraska farming. That half-acre used to harvest the wind will also help educate school children and improve area roads with additional tax revenue. To learn more, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a 4-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large 4-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter to semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
Coach Keller with the North squad, enjoying his team's 2-0 lead thanks to the 2-run homer by Trey Ahrens in the top of the second. We pick things up here in the top of the fourth. On to throw for the South squad, Jackson Grote from BDS.
Grote had a real nice play at top of that first inning over at third base, diving to his right-hand side, coming up firing. Unable to complete the play, but it was a real nice defensive stab nevertheless.
Going against Sam Kennedy of Springfield right now. Next batters due up Nick Oden and Garrett Modi.
Another thing with these all-star games, the way they're set up, these batters can't really get in a groove and measure up a pitcher, an individual, because you're seeing a new arm just about every inning.
That's a good point.
And Grote, you're seeing a real fast delivery, unlike the previous couple of pitchers who were kind of methodical, had a high kick. Not this case here with Jackson Grote.
Kennedy ducks out of the way of that one. Well, we've mentioned the county fair going on in the distance, seeing some people walk in that might have been at the fair earlier, now heading over for some more entertainment in Wahoo at the baseball game. Inside pitch ruled a ball, puts Kennedy at first.
Yeah, Sam Kennedy did a real nice job drawing that walk, falling behind in the count, a little bit behind the pitcher, hung in there, fought, battled, got himself to first base.
Now Nick Oden's turn. Player from Wahoo. He'll be playing college baseball at Wayne State.
Wayne America.
That is what they say. Anticipating we'll have some Wayne State college football on NCN TV this coming fall. Not too far away.
It's right around the corner, and what a fitting way for us to wrap up our summer baseball coverage, bringing the Kiwanis All-Star Classic, representing so many Class B and C schools across the state.
Well, we're getting word from our director. September 7th is our first Wayne State football broadcast, so Wildcat fans, be sure to tune in.
And hey, I was on the call with you for a couple of those Wayne State football games. It might be the, well, I don't want to call us the A team, but we're at least a team.
we are a team. There's no doubt about that. And Saturdays in Wayne America, a great place to be to enjoy football. Young team last year, expect them to compete in a tough conference. Ground ball hit towards shortstop. Can they turn two? Brown touches second for one. Gets it over to first on time for the double turn. Eliminates the threat on the base paths. 2 down. Bases clear for Garrett Modry.
Real nice footwork you just saw right there from Nolan Brown, taking his time, collecting himself, then firing it over to first place for the double play. Just in time as Nick Oden was motoring down that first baseline. And I was thinking they're looking at Nick during that at bat. He looks like a football player at the next level. Big kid.
Opposite field line drive single between first and second base for Modry. So he's on board with 2 down. Carson Hesser gets a try.
Modry
This would be the equivalent of the 9-hole hitter. However, that doesn't mean anything in this. It just means he has a low number.
That's exactly right. That's all this hinges on is number 1 bats first, 2 second, and on down the line.
Hesser is not your typical 9-hole guy because
no.
He's one of the best players in recent memory from Wahoo, hitting .390 this year.
Yeah, when you're batting nearly 400 with 36 RBIs, you're not used to batting in the 9-hole.
Trying to keep the inning alive against Jackson Grote.
I want to go back to Garrett Modry out of Valparaiso that last at bat. His coaching staff said in the notes that we were given, he's a dependable hitter, and that's exactly what you saw right there. Just took a ball to right field, didn't try to do too much with it, got himself on base. A very dependable batter. No, by the way, he was facing an elite pitcher over there in Grote.
Only runs right now, the property of Trey Aarons, who hit a 2-run homer. Trying to keep the inning going is Hesser. Kozel still catching from Waverly.
Well, you mentioned how comfortable he looks back there, and he really does. And if he's comfortable staying there in that position and no one else is asking to catch, I would leave him right there too, because that's his natural position.
Pumped up, playable in the infield on the right side. And the first baseman there is there to dispose of it. And the side. Thanks to a double play turned by the shortstop Brown. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Still 2-0 on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Trejo leads off the bottom of the 4th when we return.
Nebraska is prime country for farming corn, beans, and now wind energy. For landowners interested in hosting a wind turbine, this doesn't mean giving up a lot of land. A wind turbine and its access drive will only occupy about 1/2 of an acre, leaving the rest of the land usable for world-class Northeast Nebraska farming. That half-acre used to harvest the wind will also help educate school children and improve area roads with additional tax revenue. To learn more, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a four-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large four-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter to semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
Are you struggling with pain or mobility issues? Do you need physical or occupational therapy? Husker Rehab can help. With 6 locations, help is in your hometown or just a short drive away. Our goal is to keep you moving with the most modern and up-to-date rehabilitative techniques. If your life is being ruined by physical pain, come and see us. Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms, in Fairbury, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Nebraska City. Visit us at huskerrehab.com.
Well, now it's time to enjoy the game thanks to United Healthcare. Luis Trejo fouls off, or rather Jose Trejo fouls off the first pitch at the bottom of the 4th. New pitcher on for the North squad is Ryan Raisler from Springfield. Second offering finds the zone. Trejo was at the plate in the bottom of the 3rd when the inning ended. Nate Mensick's pitch was too high for the catcher. Runner at 3rd tried to go home, but they got him for out number 3.
That was a very high pitch there. Trejo would like to have that one back, maybe a check swing, but he chased after it, couldn't catch up to it.
Stares down the pitcher. Goes for a pitch. Lost it, did the catcher. Up to first base, gets Trejo on the drop 3rd strike. I think that kicked right off of his ankle guard.
And that's the second time we've seen a batter get to first base in a very non-traditional way. We saw one runner actually trip and fall down the line, still have the time to get up and make it to first base. Off the dribbler, got kind of fumbled up there between the third baseman and shortstop.
And now we have a drop 3rd strike getting to first. Days in Wayne, America, a great place to be to enjoy football. Now seeing how he can get aboard, Camden Thompson. Doesn't care how he does it.
Well, you're seeing Raisler's go-to pitch, and that is the heat. And when he can locate it and keep it low.
Popped up left side of the infield. The shortstop draws in. Makes the easy play. A.J. Benz now.
And Raisler's doing a real nice job just leaning on his fastball, allowing it to do the work for him, and also leaning on his infield.
Constant rotation of players around the field, showing off their versatility today. And at the plate, when they get a chance, they're swinging away, and there's a single into right field by A.J. Benz. The football player steps up, and you say, all right, outfielders, move back. And he bloops one into right.
Well, he bats .385 for a reason, and you saw it right there. He's not too proud to go opposite field and just loop one in there. Not quite a Texas leaguer, but he got just enough on it to get it over the first baseman's head.
Now Skylar Brown's turn. First of 3 straight Overton hitters that we'll see. Fouls the first one to the right side. Is there enough room?
Oh.
And there you saw 3 players that haven't played together before converging on a foul ball. Not quite able to make the stab.
And you're going to see the replay right here. The catcher did a nice job tracking it, keeping his eyes on the ball. He had it in his mindset. He's going to take it the whole way. Raisler tried to sneak in right at the end there and snag it. Little miscommunication for the North team.
So Skylar Brown lives to see some more pitches. It's an 0-1 count. What can he do with the second life? Fouls another one.
He's got a piece of the last 2 pitches. Curious to see if Raisler's going to go right back to the fastball. He's going to try and throw him some junk, maybe an off-speed pitch, or pitch around him a little bit.
Spikes it. Didn't get it to the plate. 1-2 on the easy take. Pitching has dominated this game so far, Andy. Glancing up at the scoreboard, only 5 combined hits.
Yep.
Through 3.5.
And we were talking about that in the pregame, how a lot of players from both squads are the primary pitchers of their normal Legion team. So we're expecting some pretty good pitching along with some pretty good batting here tonight.
And that's been the story right now, is fine hitting, or rather fine pitching. Having to deal with a couple base runners, though, is Raisler. Trejo got aboard despite striking out. It's a nice opposite field hit. Now Brown keeps fighting in this at-bat, earning it even, 2-2.
Well, Brown's another one of those guys, bats well over 300, 342 on the season. Nice disciplined take there at the plate.
Fouls it.
And Raisler's
we'll keep
gotta
going.
Raisler's got to be thinking, I should have struck this guy out about 4 pitches ago, but he keeps getting just enough of it. Credit Skylar Brown from Overton for hanging in there.
Clap of the hands at first base by the base runner Benz. His hitter stays disciplined, doesn't offer at the pitch in the dirt.
There you're seeing it. Brown taking a pitch, laying off a high pitch, and then also going around and laying off a low pitch.
There he gets good contact towards first. They go to second for 1 out. The relay to first.
Safe.
And no signal. They call him out, but there's a meeting between the 2 umpires.
I thought
and they agree out. Now that was a heck of a double turn.
Yes, it was. Bang, bang play. Pitcher did a real nice job running back and covering first base.
3-6-1 in an all-star game. That is good defense. Through 4 innings, 2-0 the score. We'll pick things up in the top of the 5th next.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the non-stop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
Taking control of your grain marketing means having enough storage on your farm to maximize profits. Have you considered adding storage to your operation? Talk to the pros at D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer in Plymouth, about the options you have to make your grain handling more effective and more profitable. If grain storage or grain handling is a problem, D&K Agri-Sales is the solution. Bins, legs, towers, conveyors, elevators, dryers, augers, parts, and maintenance. Call D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer, for your grain marketing solutions today. Online at dnkagrisales.com.
Wind energy means opportunity. Did you know that a local wind energy project would usher in millions of new tax dollars to the county and school taxing districts, and increased funds allow schools to invest in quality education programs, technology, facility development, and even renovations? Funds can be used as needed to improve our schools and the learning environment for our children. To learn more about how wind energy is good for Northeast Nebraska schools, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
Welcome back on News Channel Nebraska. Michael Shively joined by Andy Klassen for the Wahoo area Kiwanis 17th annual All-Star Baseball game. This is the best of classes B and C in American Legion. The blue is the North team, the red is the South team. On the mound for the red, it's Trace Bosch. from Overton. Back to the top of the order for the North and Bubba Cabrales.
And they're a little bit of, you know, a little bit of flexibility to the selection committee, as the North coaches are actually from Crete. So
Right.
I mean,
they could be spies for all we know.
Yeah.
They could be sabotaging.
you know, I just saw Coach Rod Walther out of Crete hanging out in the south dugout there. I don't know.
There's definitely a conspiracy. We'll look into it. Chris Williams will have it. Your news at 10 o'clock. Oh, he wants to win. All these guys do. I mean, this is about having fun, but you can't turn off that competitive switch if you're an athlete like these guys. Strikeout of Cabrales to start the fifth.
Bosch doing a real nice job of using some off speed right there. Working around Bubba, recording the strikeout.
Now it's Dylan Feakin's turn. Feakin is from Crete. Had a total of 21 in the hitting challenge. Flies it towards right. Misplayed. It was misjudged there. He slowed up at the last second. The ball fell just in front of the right fielder, and Feakin will get a base hit.
I was going to say, regardless, that was a fine piece of hitting from Dylan Feakin. Doing a nice job going down, not trying to overpower the ball and pull it, but just take it to where it was going. That pitch was going low and outside. That's exactly where he placed it, off into right field.
Nate Hostetler's turn. Also a Crete Cardinal. Heading to Sterling, Colorado. Not in the mountains in Colorado. It's in the northeastern part of the state. Hopes to parlay his time at the JUCO there, playing at a major baseball school.
Yeah, when you're one of those versatile type of players like Hostetler and got the fastball, the speed and the off speed that he has, ERA under 3, 42 strikeouts. Oh, and by the way, he's batting a cool 375 at the plate. That's a complete baseball player right there.
You know, and if you're that good, you want to play at the next level.
Yes.
It's fun. I was never good enough to say, you know, I want to keep doing that because it's that much fun, because I hit 375.
You and me as well. That decision was kind of made for me. You might as well hang up your cleats now.
Strikeout and single to start this side. Nasty pitch by Bosch. Gets back in the count, 3-2.
This is a real good spot for Bosch to be in. Got real good command of his curveball, and his off speed is just a different look than these hitters saw the first time through. Seen a lot of fastballs. Now they're starting to see some different style of pitches. Bosch doing a real nice job throwing the off speed.
Full count to Hostetler. Swing and a miss. He got him on the low pitch. Spins around in a circle for out number 2.
That's just real nice command coming from Trace Bosch out of Overton. Working the inside corner. Kind of a sinker there. Real tough pitch to handle.
Now Aiden Erbaum. He drew a walk in the first inning. Trying to keep this frame alive with a runner at first. A game dominated by pitching so far. 2 driven in by Trey Aarons on a 2-run homer in the second inning. That's all we have on the scoreboard. Pitcher staying fresh because there's a new pitcher every inning. You're not getting fatigued pitchers, and you're getting all-star pitchers. It's been tough for these batters to handle.
It really has been. I mentioned it a couple of times here with Bosch up on the bump now. Total different style than most of the pitchers that have been up there, throwing a lot of heat. This is a much different look, the way he likes to use his off speed and his curveball.
Fouled off. 2-2. Erbaum from Valparaiso. We saw him pitch earlier. Put up a goose egg. 1-2-3, as a matter of fact, with 2 strikeouts. Seeing what he can do at the plate in the second try.
Ooh.
Thought about it, wisely laid off, and it's full.
Once again, you just saw the bottom drop out on that pitch. Bosch doing a real nice job trying to bait Urbaum into swinging.
Runner moves, ground ball, left side. Shortstop, does he have time to make the play? No, that's an infield single. Throw back to second, and he dropped it.
Oh.
The runner, Feakin, had slid a little bit away from second, and alertly, the South squad got it over and almost made the play.
Yeah, Rhett Jordan with the heads-up play, firing the ball over to Havelshrew. Havelshrew just unable to corral it there and tag him out. It was there. The throw was there in time.
He thought he had it in his mitt. He was running to the dugout. Instead, the inning continues. Cade Lynham. Well, we've seen some fine defense.
We really are.
A couple of almost great plays. That would have been one of them, and that play at third base. But we did see a remarkable double play to end last half inning.
Well, you wouldn't expect much less from an all-star game.
That ball dies in the thick infield at Sam Crawford Field. And it's back-to-back infield singles. Urbaum followed by Lynham. The bases are full again for the North.
And we've seen this a couple of times. Bases loaded up, however, there's 2 outs. Is Bosch going to be able to get himself out of trouble here?
It's the exact same situation as the first inning. It was the top of the order that started off each frame. A couple of 2-out base runners. Now a full count. In the first, Colin Lynham, who's at the plate right now, flew out to deep center.
When Bosch with a real nice opening pitcher, and you've seen that a couple of times now. That first pitch, he throws it right down the middle. He's trying to get that opening strike and get the hitter in the hole.
He's done that 0-2, but has to be careful. Wild pitch here likely scores a run. Off speed low. Colin Lynham from Springfield had 9 points in our hitting challenge. Has him juiced.
Yeah, Springfield, just another one of those traditional Nebraska small towns. Really love their baseball. You go through their baseball facilities, you can tell they have a passion for it. They got some really good players representing the town here tonight.
And Lynham gets it done with a liner over the head of the third baseman. 1 run scores to second, slides in safe. 4-0 North squad on a piece of 2-out hitting by Colin Lynham.
That was some fine hitting right there from Colin Lynham. He wasn't necessarily sitting on a fastball, but he got one that he controlled. He pulled it down the left field line, got just enough of it in there for a 2-run RBI. 2 RBIs there with 2 outs. Fine piece of hitting.
And you love the head first slide by Aiden Urbaum. Feakin and Urbaum both score. It's 4-zip.
I always felt like if you didn't get your uniform a little dirty during the game, then, did you really play that hard? Well, all these all-stars are sliding headfirst in and out everywhere. We're being treated some really good baseball here.
Colin Morrissey's turn from Wahoo. Still 2 on base. 3 straight hits by the North squad. 1-2 count. Bosch going to work ahead. And baseball always one of those games where you hate when you second guess and you look back and say, what if you could have prevented runs? Oh, almost a nice play over there by Rod Walther. We did ask him earlier if he was going to take a couple hacks. He said his best playing days are behind him.
They didn't want to embarrass himself. He said, yeah, is number 17 going to get up there and take some hacks? I don't think so.
Outside pitch, and back to that what if. You think of that heads-up play by the first baseman, tossing over to second, trying to get the runner that was sleeping. Almost happened. That happens. They're out of the inning unscathed.
Exactly right. And then to just parlay a little bit more of the what ifs, how many times do you see back-to-back infield hits set the table for a 2-run RBI? I mean, baseball's a zany game, and so many different things can happen. North squad taking full advantage, scoring 2 here in the 5th.
2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. Bottom of the 5th up next, a 4-run lead on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard for the North squad.
Get your tickets for the 4th Annual Faith Regional Health Services Foundation Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night. Grown-up games like Giant Jenga, Giant Connect 4, Human Foosball, and more on Saturday, August 17th at the Divots Events Center in Norfolk. Enjoy an evening of grown-up games, a live DJ, dinner and drinks, along with a raffle and silent auction starting at 6 p.m. Proceeds will be used to purchase more AEDs to be placed in area businesses, schools, and organizations. Get your tickets for the Faith Regional Health Services Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night, Saturday, August 17th.
Jefferson Community Health and Life provides high-quality health and wellness services to Jefferson County and beyond. Our commitment to you is to provide exceptional family care to inspire a lifetime of health. We now offer family medicine services at 2 convenient locations in Fairbury and Plymouth to keep your family healthy for life. We are proud to welcome Dr. Brett Wergen, a native Nebraskan, to our team of 7 family medicine providers who all focus on developing long-term positive relationships with patients. Jefferson Community Health and Life.
We work every day to make your lives easier. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller.
Smart home automation allows digital devices that you use every day, like TVs, audio equipment, lights, security panels, and thermostats, to work together with easy-to-use devices like a remote control, tablet, or even your smartphone. With smart home automation, your whole home becomes more comfortable, convenient, and easier to control.
To learn more about how Diode Technologies can customize your smart home for your family, give me a call today. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller, your local technology solutions company.
We're back here in Wahoo, the Wahoo Area Kiwanis Club, putting on a fantastic event. The American Legion All-Star Hitting Challenge, followed by the All-Star Game. Right now, the blue team, also known as the North Squad, leading the South Squad 4-0. New pitcher on the mound for the North, it's Stephen Mybaum.
Mybaum out of Crofton, Nebraska, has an ERA right around 3. He works in the off-speed pitch there for a strike. Looked like he had Trace Bosch, just a little off balance there at the plate.
First trip to the dish for Bosch. And he gets a good rip at it, but hits it right to the shortstop. There to make the play, Carson Hesser. On good wood, or good aluminum in this case, just right at the guy.
Was a fine piece of hitting, but like you said, right at Carson Hesser of Wahoo, shortstop, making it look easy over there.
Joshua Arajo's turn, representing Overton.
Now, I mentioned at the top of the game, the batting order has nothing to do with where they usually bat or where they're comfortable. It's all with the numbering system. Those 3 guys from Overton must be thinking, how in the heck did we pull 18,
right.
19, and 20? Why do we?
Well, that's got to be some eastern part of the state bias, doesn't it? The furthest west team is from Overton, and they're stuck at the bottom of the order. Arajo wants to make him pay for sleeping on him. Flies it to right field, and the play is made defensively by Lynham.
I will say those are 3 big boys, though, from Overton. That's typically who you'd see wearing those double-digit numbers compared to 1, 2, or 3, you know what I mean? So maybe that has to do with
good football program out there in Overton. These players likely multi-sport athletes. Back to the top of the order, Jackson Grote, a strikeout victim back in the first inning against Nate Hostetler. See what he can do against Mybaum.
Grote's another one of these players who's going to play at the next level, going to play for Hastings. I believe our producer, director, another alum from Hastings.
He is a proud Hastings College graduate. And we won't even make fun of him for it. Off the inside part of the bat, tough play for the shortstop. Gets it over in time to get the speedy runner and retire the side. They go in order again, does the South. This North squad impressive defensively and on the hill. And they own the 4-run lead on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard on News Channel Nebraska.
Nebraska is prime country for farming corn, beans, and now wind energy. For landowners interested in hosting a wind turbine, this doesn't mean giving up a lot of land. A wind turbine and its access drive will only occupy about 1/2 of an acre, leaving the rest of the land usable for world-class Northeast Nebraska farming. That half-acre used to harvest the wind will also help educate school children and improve area roads with additional tax revenue. To learn more, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a four-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large four-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter-to-semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
Are you struggling with pain or mobility issues? Do you need physical or occupational therapy? Husker Rehab can help. With 6 locations, help is in your hometown or just a short drive away. Our goal is to keep you moving with the most modern and up-to-date rehabilitative techniques. If your life is being ruined by physical pain, come and see us. Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms, in Fairbury, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Nebraska City. Visit us at huskerrehab.com.
We're back here on News Channel Nebraska. You notice that black smoke in the distance. No, there's no fire here in Wahoo. That's just the Saunders County Fair tractor pull just a few blocks away. Plenty of entertainment here in Wahoo this evening. You have the American Legion All-Star Game. You have the pool right next to us has been packed all day, and a tractor pull going on as well, kicking up some nice black smoke in the distance.
You always know when you're about to see one of those plumes go up because you hear the rev of the engine, the roar of the crowd that's just down there about a quarter mile over the hill, and then you see that smoke billow up in the distance.
All here on the baseball diamond, it's Skylar Brown from Overton on the mound. He's taking on Trey Ahrens, who deposited one over the center field fence in his other trip to the plate. This one he hit high enough, but it's not far enough. First baseman has a play and makes it. Caden Ritz snaring out number 1.
BDS product out of over there at first base did a real nice job of keeping his eyes on the ball. Had to make a late adjustment, go back to it. Caden Ritz, from Donovan Trumbull. A real nice late adjustment to corral that ball in for the first out of the inning.
Now it's Hunter Volkert from Ponca. Inside corner strike. Well, the Overton pitchers going back-to-back as well. Bosch and then Brown. So when we go to Overton, it means we got 3 straight hitters or at least 2 straight pitchers.
Right. On that last delivery, it kind of looked like Brown has a little bit of a sidearm to it. Once again, just kind of showing you the different styles of pitchers that these hitters are trying to adjust to every single inning.
Not straight over the top, that's for sure.
Well, it's a different look, nevertheless.
Right.
And all these hitters are having to adjust every single inning to a different arm.
Volkert, he gets a hold of this one. It's high towards left field. The left fielder giving chase, leaping. It can't make the catch. Volkert had to stay at first. I think he missed first base. I think he actually missed first base when rounding it. He was running back to it there. So he'll be held to a single on a ball that went to the warning track. Or he just thought better than to go to oh, no, he thought he missed it.
Yep.
He stepped right over it.
You saw him clap his hands there in frustration. He knew he gave up a double there. Had to go back and take the single.
Well, great contact. Sent that to deep left.
Yeah, and he almost made a little adjustment there in the half of his swing, kind of hitched it, went right back to it, got good barrel on the ball, drove that one down to left field line.
Now the batter's Nate Mensick. Mensick a walk last time up.
Yeah, product out of Crete, really a utility player, can play anywhere in the infield, outfield, use him quite a bit as a pitcher.
Runner takes off. Volkert trying to swipe second, just in before the tag. The first stolen base of the game belongs to the player from Ponca. He wanted to get that double earlier, so he decided I'm getting second base one way or the other.
Well, I think that was a hit and run that was on there. Volkert kind of got a late jump. I think it kind of caught the South squad by surprise, and he saw Mensick take a cut at a very high pitch, uncharacteristic of a really good pitcher. Here you get a re-look at it here.
He did just beat that tag in.
Yeah, that might have been a hit and run.
It worked out for the North squad, a runner in scoring position with one down.
Takes
and
away the double
come
play.
Through.
Excuse me there. No, I was saying it takes away the double play as well.
It does. That runs in and plunks him. Mensick heads to first. Now Preston Anderson.
You think that's a little gamesmanship there? Brown's like, I'm getting that double play ball back. I don't think so.
It's unlikely. Well, looking at this North squad, they've managed to get some hits. It's the South team stuck at 3 total hits, 6 on the North, including the home run. Coming off of a 2-run inning with 4 hits last time to the plate.
Nice comeback pitch right there for Brown.
What's Anderson going to do? Hit into a double turn last time. Fine play by Brown, the shortstop.
Now Skylar Brown, the pitcher's way out in front here, 0-2 count. Kind of throws that 3/4 sidearm. He's going to try and throw a junk, maybe lose control and hit another batter on the right side, or is he going to go to his fastball?
Went off speed. Left it upstairs, too.
And that was inside as well.
Yeah.
I think I might just bear down and try and put one in the strike zone here.
Ground ball hit towards short. Brown has another chance to help turn 2. Gets the second for 1. The relay to first, and they got him. What a dig at first base by Caden Ritz. And the 6-4-3 double play gets the North, or rather gets the South out of the top of the 6th inning. Flashy defense, and we move to the bottom half. Dubert, Ritz, and Havelsrud due up for the South.
Have you ever wondered what's behind the doors of Valley Vet Fashion Direct in Marysville? See, this isn't just a vet supply store. They carry a large selection of all kinds of boots, work, fashion, or casual, for all ages. Make sure you check out the sales selection to steal a deal. Perfect your look with their variety of jeans, shirts, and accessories. And if you can't find your size in the store, chances are they have it in their huge warehouse. Valley Vet Fashion Direct on Highway 36 in Marysville, open 7 days a week.
People ask me what I want to be when I grow up.
I don't know.
All I know is where I want to be. A place where people believe in me and listen to my ideas. Where people care.
Where everyone belongs. Where no dream is too big.
My teacher says everything we need is right where we are.
She says all you have to do is turn up your dream switch.
There's a reason we call this place
Greater Nebraska.
Greater Nebraska.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a 4-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large 4-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter to semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
We're here in Wahoo for some American Legion All-Star Baseball. First pitch of the frame in the bottom of the 6th is a strike. One of the sponsors making this evening's broadcast possible is D&K Agri-Sales. That's a foul ball. Your solution to grain storage and grain marketing problems. D&K services and repairs all of their grain bins and products. They even do custom work. Visit them online at dnkagrisales.com. And there's a strikeout to start the side. New pitcher for the North is Nick Oden from Wahoo, and he's off to a good beginning.
Yeah, 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Batter goes down. Hot start for Nick Oden. Hometown product here in Wahoo.
Takes care of business against Peyton Dubert. Now it's Caden Ritz. South hasn't had much luck offensively. 3 hits. This one's hit high, but coming in is the left fielder. Camping underneath it, he makes the catch. Out number 2.
You mentioned that the South has had a tough time recording hits, but they've been able to get base runners, just been unable to move them around and score some runs here.
Their best chance came in the 3rd with 2 two-out singles and a hit by pitch. Then there was a wild pitch, and Jarrett McDowell tried to score, but he was tagged out at the plate for the final out of the inning.
And that was a wild play as well, because it was a pass ball. He thought he had a free pass to the plate. It bounced off the backstop right to the catcher, was able to get back in time to record the out.
Oden throwing some gas past Easton Havelschrud. Havelschrud, a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning, wants to avoid the same fate here.
Yeah, and the North coaching staff is doing a real nice job mixing up his arms. He'll get a heat guy like you just saw Oden there, then he'll come back with a changeup style of pitcher, really keeping the South squad at bay.
And that's now 7 straight retired by North's pitching. They'll get another chance at the plate when we come back on NCN.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the non-stop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
Taking control of your grain marketing means having enough storage on your farm to maximize profits. Have you considered adding storage to your operation? Talk to the pros at D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer in Plymouth, about the options you have to make your grain handling more effective and more profitable. If grain storage or grain handling is a problem, D&K Agri-Sales is the solution. Bins, legs, towers, conveyors, elevators, dryers, augers, parts, and maintenance. Call D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer, for your grain marketing solutions today. Online at dnkagrisales.com.
Wind energy means opportunity. Did you know that a local wind energy project would usher in millions of new tax dollars to the county and school taxing districts, and increased funds allow schools to invest in quality education programs, technology, facility development, and even renovations? Funds can be used as needed to improve our schools and the learning environment for our children. To learn more about how wind energy is good for Northeast Nebraska schools, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
.335, that's the sign in center field. It went about .345 off the bat of Trey Ahrens in the 2nd inning. The Wahoo product, a 2-run homer, and so far that's all the cushion the North team needed. They added a couple more runs on 4 hits in the top of the 5th, and now on a 4-run advantage heading to the top of the 7th inning. Michael Shively, Andy Klassen with you in Wahoo. New pitcher Joshua Arajo from Overton.
That's going to be the 3rd consecutive arm out of Overton here to take the bump.
He'll go against Stephen Maibaum, Ryan Raisler, and Hunter Babe. And gets the first one past him.
Maibaum, another one of those guys out of Crofton, Nebraska. Very proud baseball tradition up in Northeast Nebraska. More of a pitcher, although he does have a .300 batting average as well. Another versatile player here at the All-Star game.
As a baseball player look, The high socks, tall kid. Sounds like a good tractor pull in the distance.
Made mention of it a couple times. Wahoo playing host to a lot of fun events here today. Saunders County Fair, the Kiwanis All-Star Game. You mentioned the water park across the street here was packed when we got here earlier during the hitting challenge.
Beautiful evening as well. Now a hitter's count developing from My Bomb. He struck out back in the third. We'll see what he can do in the seventh. Can't get contact. Arajo locates again.
That's the pitch My Bomb was looking for. He knew the pitcher had to come to him, sitting at 3-0.
Lost that one outside and a walk to start the seventh. Ryan Raisler's turn. Andy, we talked earlier about Wahoo Sam Crawford. Field named after him. One of the major league greats in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Has the record for inside the park homers and career triples. He led the league twice in home runs. This was in the dead ball era. So guess how many home runs he hit to lead the league?
Oh,
his best year.
His best year, 13 home runs.
Close, 16.
Oh, all right.
Hard line drive, good piece of hitting, Ryan Raisler. And two straight batters aboard for the North. Brings up Hunter Babe. The other year, I can't remember exactly, but it was single digits, and he led the league in home runs.
Yeah. My high school and middle school teachers used to get frustrated with me because all my term papers and everything was on Sports Stars, and I wrote one on Babe Ruth, and he hit 20 home runs one year, and he crushed the previous home run record by 16 home runs. So the previous home run record holder hit 4 that season.
Well, Sam Crawford. Well, this one's belted towards left field.
Oh!
Slide and catch not quite made by Nate Medsick out there. One runs in, and that's an absolute bullet of a double by Hunter Babe. He crushed that to left field. Nearly a great play by the left fielder. Instead, it's a run batted in and a 5-run cushion for the North.
Yeah, Babe did a real nice job of driving that ball to the gap. Who do we see out there? Number 10, Mason
Mensick.
Wright from York, had a shot at it. But he had to cover a lot of ground to get there. Then he had to adjust and drop down to try and make that play. Fine piece of hitting, nevertheless, from Babe.
And starting off with a strike against Sam Kennedy. Arajo still looking for that first out here in the seventh. Swing and a miss. Well, we talked about Sam Crawford and played with Ty Cobb, one of the all-time greats. They had a little bit of a rivalry despite being teammates. Not known for getting along. A foul ball could be playable. First baseman chases, makes the catch. There's no tag from third, out number 1.
Now there is. Oh.
Throwback to the pitcher, got past him.
Yeah.
It could have been disastrous. Now it's Nick Oden's turn, but Ty Cobb and Sam Crawford didn't exactly get along, but when it came time to rally support behind Crawford's Hall of Fame bid, it was Ty Cobb who came to his support. I loved his quote when I was researching this on the Hall of Fame website. He said, if Sam had played with the rabbit ball that you guys use today, he would have set records for home runs. He called it a rabbit ball that they were using back in 1953 when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That's another classic quote there from Ty Cobb. And there's a lot of misunderstanding about Ty Cobb, kind of being a little rough around the edges and being rough on players and coaches. When you do your research like you just did there, you hear exact opposite about Ty Cobb, how he cared about his teammates, how he cared about his coaches, and ultimately was a good person and cared about the game. One
of the great competitors in sports. played with a Wahoo native. Nebraska, people sleep on Nebraska baseball. Local products. See some in the big leagues right now, of course. 5 Major League Baseball Hall of Famers born in Nebraska. You name them all, Andy?
Oh, boy. Well,
I put you on the spot here.
You got Bob Gibson, of course, Wahoo Sam's in there. Who else? Who am I missing
Well,
there?
here, as we got a fly ball, it'll be playable in shallow left field. No room for a tag on out number 2. So back-to-back infield flyouts, exactly what Joshua Arajo was trying to dial up here. Okay, so Wade Boggs was born in Nebraska, in Omaha. Didn't grow up in Nebraska, but born there. And so we're going to claim him, okay?
That's weak. Gonna give me with the Wade Boggs.
Well, what about Grover Cleveland Alexander?
I should have got Grover. I should have known that.
You've been
St.
to the
Paul.
Hall of Fame in his town.
Yep.
Fly ball. This one's hugging the line in right field and just foul. So Grover Cleveland Alexander from St. Paul, where one of multiple towns that claims to be the baseball capital of Nebraska, but they have a museum.
They do. Hall of Fame Museum, and I'll tell you what, if you're ever going through town there, through St. Paul, stop in there. It's a real nice little museum. And they got plaques of every single Nebraska born and raised player that played in the bigs there.
Oh, that's on. That's on my list. I don't know how I've missed it. Swing and a miss. My goodness, that was some heat past Garrett Modry. And the final one, Richie Ashburn.
Wouldn't have got Ashburn.
Ashburn, known as the Tilden Flash.
All right.
Gets his hometown name in there. Great speed. First baseman gets it. Nobody over in time to cover. Or yes, the first baseman races over in time to cover. He didn't need help from anybody else. Fine play at first, and that retires the side, but not before a run comes across on the double by Hunter Babe, stretching the lead to 5-0. We'll take time for the 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark and be back with more after this.
Taking control of your grain marketing means having enough storage on your farm to maximize profits. Have you considered adding storage to your operation? Talk to the pros at D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer in Plymouth, about the options you have to make your grain handling more effective and more profitable. If grain storage or grain handling is a problem, D&K Agri-Sales is the solution. Bins, legs, towers, conveyors, elevators, dryers, augers, parts, and maintenance. Call D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer, for your grain marketing solutions today. Online at dnkagrisales.com.
Wind energy means opportunity. Did you know that a local wind energy project would usher in millions of new tax dollars to the county and school taxing districts, and increased funds allow schools to invest in quality education programs, technology, facility development, and even renovations? Funds can be used as needed to improve our schools and the learning environment for our children. To learn more about how wind energy is good for Northeast Nebraska schools, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
If you're looking for excellent physical therapy or a great place to work out, Husker Rehab in Beatrice is the place to start. At Husker Rehab, they enjoy a friendly, relaxed atmosphere, and they'll help you reach your goals.
At Husker Rehab, we take pain personally, and we're always looking for the best solutions to help you out and have proven results. Hi, this is Ryan Wade, physical therapist at Husker Rehab in Beatrice. If you have a referral for physical therapy or are looking to get into better shape, we'd love to help you out.
That's Husker Rehab with 2 locations in Lincoln, 1 in Beatrice, and 1 in Fairbury. Call today for more information or learn more at huskerrehab.com.
News Channel Nebraska making the road trip to Wahoo and a gorgeous evening. The clouds gave us some relief earlier today. The sky clearing up in the evening, revealing a sliver of a moon. What do we have here? What's our moon phase, Andy?
Oh, my goodness. Come on. You got me up to It's okay to ask me baseball questions, but lunar phases, give me a break, Michael.
Didn't know that you were walking into a trivia contest here in the booth tonight. It's 5-0. This North squad putting on a good show this evening. They have a new pitcher on the mound. It's Carson Hesser from Wahoo.
Wow, and we've seen a little bit of everything from Hesser. Some fine defensive plays out at shortstop. Some really good cuts with the bat. Offensively, now we're going to see him take the mound.
Going against Tanner Kozel, Nolan Brown, and Jay Adams. I think this is the part of the lineup you'd want coming up.
Right.
Kozel, Brown, Adams, followed by Rhett Jordan. If you have a meat of the order, you would build it this way.
Yeah, and we mentioned it. South hasn't recorded a lot of hits. However, they have had base runners. Now let's see if they can put it all together, get some guys out on the bases, and then bat them around.
This is the Waverly bunch. 5 straight Waverly players. Kozel gets underneath that.
Now that might have been the company car.
Where's our report? Are we good to go? Yes. But this is one of those ballparks, many of them in the state, where the best spots to park are actually the farthest away.
Right. My father did a lot of coaching, Little League on up through Pony League and Legion Ball, and he would always park the farm truck right next to the dugout. And everyone would say, geez, haven't you ever been hit by a foul ball? And he'd say, no, I never have. And I remember the game distinctively where a kid by the name of Bo Hess out of Orchard, Nebraska, he's an official now, basketball official. You see him officiating at state a lot. Put a foul ball right in the center of the windshield.
Oh,
Spider
no.
webbed it all the way out.
Did he ever park next to the dugout again?
Well, yeah, the windshield was already gone, so.
Might as well at that point. So it was a walk to start this inning. Now Nolan Brown, who flew out to shortstop in the second, he's at the plate.
Once again, the South is getting some base runners here. Let's see if they can do anything with them.
Takes a big wind up and swing. Can't draw contact, and down in the count 0-2. A lot of ways that Hesser can attack.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a real nice sinking off-speed pitch there from Hesser. Coming right after a hot fastball.
He takes another big hack at it, but that's a strikeout. Impressive work by Hesser to rebound after the walk. Punch out the next batter. Jay Adams' turn. Heading to Concordia for baseball. Has records for hits, batting average, and stolen bases at Waverly.
But that's it. No, I wanted to mention Adams earlier in the broadcast. He was playing first base, not necessarily his first elected position, but he did a real nice job on one of those in-betweener high, whatever you want to call them, high fly balls in the infield. Pitcher was coming over, second base was coming over. He called them all off, really took control, and recorded the third out of that inning earlier on.
The piece of it back to the chain link fence backstop. Flew out to right field, did Adams, his other appearance. He had a good showing, 33 points in the first round in the hitting challenge. Second team super stater here in Adams.
Yeah, we're seeing some superb athletes out on the diamond here tonight.
Just a little low to keep it 1-2. Runner fakes like he's moving. He wasn't. The shortstop fumbles it, and everybody's safe. A tough play at short. He's thinking about turning two. Was Aiden Erbaum. Slipped in the process and lost the ball.
Fine piece of hitting right there. Aiden Erbaum had the chance for the double play. I don't think he was looking ahead trying to make the play in front of the play. Just got away from him a little bit. And hey, you put the ball in play, good things will happen. That's what my old coach used to always say in Legion Ball. Mr. Barry actually played for the Omaha Royals AAA program back in the day.
So now 2 aboard after the air. No hits this inning. An error and a walk. So we've talked about the base runners that the South squad has been able to get on, but haven't been able to manage the hits against it.
You're right.
They've gotten uncreatively. Is that hit going to come here?
Well, this is a golden opportunity. 1 out, you got a guy on second base. Got another one behind him at first. If you place the ball right in the outfield here, you could score one and get one to third, get yourself to second.
Brett Jordan. I think we can label him a power hitter. Can he get a hold of one?
Yeah, and this is a scenario you would want if you're the red team. You want Brett Jordan up to bat right now in this position.
Takes low.
Mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. We'll mention it again in case you just tuned in, but Brett Jordan really ran away with the hitting challenge title here. Out-hit everybody else by a country mile.
Another play for Urbaum at short. This time he gets it. Gets the out at second base. No chance at turning two on the slow roller. But Urbaum redeems himself on the fielder's choice. That retires Adams, puts Jordan at first. Up to third scampers Kozel, 90 feet away from representing the first run of the game for the South.
Right, so you advance the runner 90 feet, or you get him over to third base there. You got runners in the corner. You still need that big hit to get on the board. And that just has not happened yet for the red team.
Can Jarrett McDowell change it? The Minden whip it. Hit 359. Runner takes off towards second. No throw by the catcher.
Smart base running right there from Brett Jordan of Waverly, knowing that they would probably not want to throw it down to second base and risk scoring that run from third.
Reached for one there, did McDowell. 1-1. So two in scoring position. Big hit here would bring him right back in the ball game.
Yeah, it also took away the force at second base.
High and away. Mason Wright is on deck from York.
And that's what McDowell has to do up to bat here. He's got to be a little bit more selective. He's got to make the pitch come to him.
And that's strike three. Tied him up inside. And the South squad leaves a couple more on base. No runs, no hits. There was an error and a couple left. 7 in the books, and the North squad running away with it. They look to add to their advantage next.
We work every day to make your lives easier. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller.
Smart home automation allows digital devices that you use every day, like TVs, audio equipment, lights, security panels, and thermostats, to work together with easy-to-use devices like a remote control, tablet, or even your smartphone. With smart home automation, your whole home becomes more comfortable, convenient, and easier to control.
To learn more about how Diode Technologies can customize your smart home for your family, give me a call today. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller, your local technology solutions company.
Nebraska is prime country for farming corn, beans, and now wind energy. For landowners interested in hosting a wind turbine, this doesn't mean giving up a lot of land. A wind turbine and its access drive will only occupy about 1/2 of an acre, leaving the rest of the land usable for world-class Northeast Nebraska farming. That half-acre used to harvest the wind will also help educate school children and improve area roads with additional tax revenue. To learn more, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a four-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large four-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter-to-semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
We're back here in Wahoo and want to remind you that all of our instant replays are brought to you by Husker Rehab in Fairbury. 5-0 the score. Lots of instant replays available on highlights for the North squad, not as much for the South. North trying to add to their 5-run advantage. A little low on that offering. Pitcher on for the red team is Mason Wright of York, representing the South.
Mason very comfortable up on the bump, recorded 26 strikeouts during the regular season.
Seeing if he can keep this close and give his team a chance in the 8th and 9th to manage a comeback. Didn't scrape the batter.
I think that hit the umpire.
It did hit the umpire for sure. Good job by the batter to get out of the way, and it's Carson Hesser up there.
And the umpire's thinking, you got to take that.
Yeah, take one for the team there so I don't have to. Outside pitch, and that's a walk. Second straight inning that started with a base on balls issued by a South Side pitcher.
And more times than not, those leadoff walks come back to haunt you, and we've seen that play itself out here. North taking full advantage, getting runners around, especially they're getting a freebie pass to first base to lead things off.
Now Bubba Cabrales' turn. Bubba with that Ponca team heading to Mitchell, South Dakota Technical Institute to continue his education. Described as an outstanding outfielder by his coach at Ponca, Coach Reed McGill.
All right, I'm sure he's going to enjoy his time up in Mitchell, South Dakota. Both my younger brothers got degrees from Mitchell Tech.
Oh. They hunt some pheasants while they were up there?
I don't think so.
That ball's airmailed. Good job by the shortstop to play backup. Stolen base for Carson Hesser. Well, that's some of the best pheasant hunting territory in the country.
It really is. I guess I'm the hunter of the family because I'd have been after it every afternoon if I could have been. I mentioned it earlier. We've seen a little bit of everything out of Hesser. There we saw some fine base running, really measuring up. Mason Wright, the pitcher from York, getting a nice jump. And it didn't help that the throw was offline, but I think Hesser would have got in there regardless.
Agreed. Cabrales check swing, got a nick of it. Days 1 and 2.
Cabrales, another one of these guys out of Ponca, but he just has one of those baseball names. I mean, Bubba. I mean, come on.
His actual name, I can't remember. It was on the roster when I did a Ponca game. He goes down swinging. But the coach said, don't even bother. Everyone's called him Bubba since he started breathing.
And Mason Wright with a real nice comeback pitch there. He got behind. He actually walked the first batter, got a stolen base on him, was able to right himself and record the strikeout.
Bunt laid down perfectly down the third base line, and that's a single. Didn't see it coming. Dylan Feakin, he has 3 hits.
And he's got him in an array of ways and fashions right there, laying down a perfect bunt and a perfect time. A little later in the evening, the grass is collecting some dew. That just gobbled up the ball and stopped it right between the catcher, third baseman, and pitcher. What a fine piece of hitting.
Thought nobody's expecting this right now. But even if they were, it was a great bunt. Hugging the third base line, exactly what you want. Now there's runners on the edges.
Yeah, and we're seeing some smart baseball being played here from North. Really just taking what the defense is giving them. You usually hear that, you know, that's a basketball term. Well, that can be applied in baseball as well.
Nate Hostetler, couple of strikeouts on his line.
Now you're seeing Wright look back, the runner at first base there, well aware of the steal.
Runner takes off. This one's flown high towards right. It's playable. Catch made. Runner has to retreat back to first base. He does. And in to score comes Hesser. And it's 6-0 on the RBI sac fly by Hostetler.
Nice piece of hitting. Nice piece of base running there from Hesser. Tagging up. And then you also had a heads-up play from Mason Wright, backing up the throw to first base, trying to pick off a runner. If he wouldn't have been there, if he wouldn't have got back around to back that thing up, you would have had runners at second, possibly third, because nobody was there.
The North offense continues to churn out production. 2 down, it's Aiden Urbaum's turn. He hasn't been retired. Walk and a single for him.
And let's go back to that sac fly from Hostetler. Just looked like another day at the office. Knew what he had to do to get that run in. Just elevated the ball. Didn't try to pull it. Just took it right to right field. Plenty deep to get that run in and record another ribby.
So we've seen a bunt and a sac fly in this inning.
Yeah.
Who said all-star games are all about getting your hacks in? These guys playing fundamental baseball.
A lot of strategery being shown here tonight.
South squad might be looking to try a little bit of that their own. Still stuck at the 3-hit line. That was a fastball gunned right past the hitter.
And I think Urbaum was even loading up looking for that pitch, unable to connect.
Runner takes off, pitch inside. It was a walk. So first and second for Cade Lynham. This has been the top of the order has been dynamic.
Yes.
The 2 through 6 hitters have all been fantastic for the North squad. Beacon, Hostetler, Urbaum, the 2 Lynhams.
Yeah, they're getting in good looks, good swings. They're being patient up at the plate. You kind of mentioned, you know, this setting, an all-star game setting. A lot of guys want to get up there and just hack. This North team has done a real nice job being disciplined at the plate, picking their pitches and driving them.
Lights on at beautiful Sam Crawford Field. We were experiencing a bit of a breeze blowing in from right center field. No longer the case. The flags are limp in center. Comfortable evening. Unless you're a pitcher for the South. Another one put in play. That's off of the mound and leaks into the outfield. The North is going to try to score and save.
Oh.
What a throw, though, from the outfield. Nearly able to tag Dylan Feakin at the dish. He didn't think it would be anywhere near that close. It's a great relay.
I didn't think it was going to be close, and then the ball just about got there in time.
Wow, that was close play. Definitely got the feet in first, and that's an RBI single for Cade Lynham.
And
brings up his brother Colin.
And another tough bounce dealt to the South team, the red team. I mean, that could have been an easy, it could have even been a double play had it just stayed on its trajectory. Instead, it took that wild hop off the edge of the mound and got through the infield.
2 balls, no strikes to Colin Lynham. He had the big 2 RBI hit in the 5th inning. And that made it 4-0.
And I know we had that bomb to start things off from Trey Aarons, but I felt that hit from Colin Lynham really kind of opened things up and allowed the North to kind of get into a groove and get comfortable. They had a nice little lead after that 2-out rally. A couple nice RBIs from Colin Lynham at that at-bat.
Definitely lets the pitchers relax. 4-run lead versus 2, and now that lead has grown all the way to 7. Thanks to RBIs from Hostetler and Lynham. Throw to third. They won't get him. Doesn't matter. It was a walk anyways.
Cade Lynham was kind of kicking himself. He wasn't aware. Didn't go with the double steal behind his brother. And then he ran back to first. Oh, it was a walk, so then he had to run back to second. Little back and forth there.
Colin Morrissey of Wahoo gets out of the way. Bases full and 2 down. The blue, the North team, approaching double digits on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
could get that here with a gapper.
And a lot of this damage has been done with 2 outs. in a lot of different ways. We saw a bunt, a sac fly, a couple ground balls work their way through the infield.
Mason Wright wanting to get out of the side after only allowing a couple of runs. No inning has been bigger than 2 runs. Two runs in the second, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, or rather 1 in the 7th. 2 so far here in the 8th. A steady attack.
Yeah, and the North team has just done a real nice job of manufacturing runs inning in and inning out. Whether they're getting hits or getting walks, they've been able to turn those base runners into runs.
Runner heading towards the plate. His base is loaded, full count, 2 down, so you might as well sprint your way home.
Yeah. Just
you
hope
don't
you
usually see him sprint like that.
Yeah.
No.
Just
And it's a ball, it's a walk.
Just be careful you don't get a liner, that's all. Back at you.
Absolutely. So that's 4 straight base runners, 3 of them on walks. Brings up Trey Ahrens. He hit the 2-run homer.
And this is where Mason Wright, young man out of York, Nebraska, the pitcher, really just has to work on working the strike zone. Make these batters earn it for the north side.
Trying to locate after falling behind. He gets the strike call, 2-1.
And this isn't necessarily who you want to see up to bat with the bases juiced after that second inning.
Trey Ahrens. We know that if he gets a hold of one, it can fly for a ways. About 350, perhaps, over the center field fence. Takes a big cut there. Full count.
And that was that home run swing right there, went right over top.
Punching him out on the outer half to get out of the side. More damage, though, coming on the north side. They get 3 runs and build their lead 8-0 on the Aurora Co-op scoreboard. Bottom of the 8th next on NCN. Well, here we are at Sam Crawford Field. What a fun evening, what a fun day it's been. The hitting challenge earlier. 5 outs to see what you can do with your power. And a great show put on by Rhett Jordan. Now here this evening, the show's been the North squad just playing some good baseball.
Really have. We were talking about it during that last half inning, how they've just been able to manufacture runs throughout this entire game, and they've done it in many different ways, whether they're bunting the ball, sac flies, driving the ball into the gaps. Whenever they get a guy on base, they've been able to work him over and get him in.
Well, we'll take another short break and be back with more baseball after this. And now we're back again here in Wahoo. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to our presenting sponsor, Tradewind. To learn more about hosting a wind turbine, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Now we pick things back up. This is the bottom of the 8th inning, and now the score 8-0 after 2 hits produced 3 runs for the North in the top of the 8th. First pitch is in for a strike out of the right arm of Hunter Volkert from Ponca.
And you know the batter for the South Red team, Mason Wright wants to make things right in his own mind, kind of get back a little revenge here to get knocked around a little bit that past inning as the pitcher.
Two-hopper hit towards second. Takes care of Wright at first base. Brings up the two Trejos from Wood River.
Trey Aaron's doing a real nice job holding down second base. Off the chopper, delivering a strike right to first base for the easy leadoff out.
Volkert a little high. Hunter, a batter that belted one to deep left field earlier. Thought he would have had extra bases, but missed first. Came back. Correctly came back. And
yes.
Stayed put. Trejos trying to get on base. Ground ball to the left side. Tough throw for the third baseman. It's high. Is the tag still there? Yes. Is that Modry at first base? I believe so. Nice job getting that tag applied after he knew he was drawn off, and that's actually Sam Kennedy making that out.
Yeah, look at Kennedy staying with the play here, coming down with the tag right down the line. That was a bang-bang play, heads-up play. You're going to get a good look at it here at the Husker Rehab replay. Look at him stay with it. Get that tag right before the runner crosses first base.
A quick motion from in the mitt to tag.
Well, a lot of these.
Hunter Volkert gives him a nod, says thank you. Now it's two down, bases clear. He can just concentrate on the hitter.
Yep. You know, and a lot of these players, you know, it says they're pitcher, second base, outfield. Sam Kennedy, it just straight up says Springfield, first base.
And there, the throw on target from third to first to retire Trejo. Now that was a tough play from across the diamond, and the North doing it on offense, doing it with the glove as well. Preston Anderson from Schuyler with the throw. And 1, 2, 3, down go the South. We head to the final inning on News Channel Nebraska.
In Marysville? See, this isn't just a vet supply store. They carry a large selection of all kinds of boots, work, fashion, or casual, for all ages. Make sure you check out the sales selection to steal a deal. Perfect your look with their variety of jeans, shirts, and accessories. And if you can't find your size in the store, chances are they have it in their huge warehouse. Valley Vet, Fashion Direct on Highway 36 in Marysville, open 7 days a week.
People ask me what I want to be when I grow up.
I don't know.
All I know is where I want to be. A place where people believe in me and listen to my ideas.
Where people care.
Where everyone belongs. Where no dream is too big.
My teacher says everything we need is right where we are.
She says all you have to do is turn up your dream switch.
There's a reason we call this place
Greater Nebraska.
Greater Nebraska.
Back here on News Channel Nebraska, let's take a look at some of the fine defense that we've seen today. Your defensive play of the game. It's time to protect the house. Your defensive play of the game is brought to you by J-Tech Construction. And here's a look at it. This was a double play. First base to shortstop to the covering pitcher, diving to make the catch while staying on the bag. You don't see that in an all-star game. These guys haven't played together. The level of communication and baseball smarts it takes to make that play, to get it at first heady enough to go right away to second, and then the throw good enough to get him at first, and the pitcher was covering the whole way.
Yeah, and how many times have we talked about the fundamentals being shown here by both teams? Right there, you saw it, where the pitcher had the wherewithal to go over and then also make an excellent pick, diving away from the body there, away from the base to pick it up off the ground. The bang-bang play for the double play, get him out of the inning, and keeping the South scoreless there early on.
And that was your J-Tech Construction defensive play of the game. Hunter Volkert from Ponca at the plate. Swings and misses. 3-run inning last frame. It was the best or the highest run production of any half inning in this ball game.
I believe we got Rhett Jordan, Waverly product, out as the pitcher here.
That is Rhett Jordan.
And how many times do you see that? Your batting champion from the hitting challenge earlier in the day going to come in to close things out here in the 9th inning as the pitcher.
Really impressive numbers as a pitcher for Rhett Jordan. He was 5-0 with a 1.36 ERA. Batting champion.
Yeah, and I think his father might be onto something. You know, he told me to ask him, you know, with a swing like that, why are you playing football at the next level? Why don't you give baseball a look there?
You know, it's one of those things. You got to find your love and
that's right.
Make it what you're best at. And certainly going to a great program.
He really is.
Hunter Volkert thought he had drawn 2 walks. Instead, he's heading to the dugout.
Nice
and
pitch,
strikeout.
nice velocity shown there from Rhett Jordan, showing you that athleticism once again. But yeah, in that interview, he was talking about how much it meant to go to a championship level program. Well, he's getting that with Northwest Missouri State. Going to play football for the Bearcats next season.
Maryville, not terribly far from Waverly. A good spot for many Nebraska athletes wind up for football. Well, here we have some trophies. Getting ready to present. Each player will get a trophy of some kind. Parents will be welcomed out onto the field after the game. The Kiwanis Club very proud of their post-game ceremony. They can hand out the hardware.
And what a way for us at News Channel Nebraska to wrap up our summer baseball coverage with an all-star game covering kids all the way from Crofton, Nebraska, all the way out to Overton, Minden, Springfield. I mean, we're seeing players across the entire state here representing their towns and communities very well. And what a host, Wahoo, the Kiwanis Club, putting on in just a stellar event here for the 17th annual All-Star Game.
Oh, it's a great community endeavor to put this together as Nate Mensick draws the base on balls, brings up Preston Anderson from Schuyler. He's hit into 2 double plays. See, and part of that's just been really fine defense.
Yes.
He had a nice play defensively himself a moment ago. Maybe he can break out of that offensive slump here. But the community here really is supporting this event. Great seeing all the concession workers, the ticket takers, the Kiwanis Club in their polos going around and making sure everybody has what they need, offering food, offering assistance to our crew. It really has been a great event.
And we've seen the crowd kind of grow throughout the evening. A lot of folks coming over from the Saunders County Fair. They weren't able to catch the beginning of the game. They're here now.
Here's the Schuyler product, taking one low. A unique ballpark, Sam Crawford Field. The old school feel to it. You walk through the grandstand here is concrete poured. Goes around from first base to third base. So you walk through a tunnel to get out onto the grandstand level, and sprinkling of chairbacks here and there. Some folks can just sit on the concrete, you can bring a blanket, bring the lawn chair.
Yep.
You really could hold a lot of folks here.
And how many times do you see that for a Legion-style field where you have to walk through the tunnel underneath the crow's nest to enter? And there's quite a few, and it looks like they've been adding the fold-out chairs that you see at a traditional major league park over the years.
Does seem that way. I was told earlier that this ballpark's been around since the 50s, I believe. Another walk in its first and second for Stephen Maibaum.
You got to think that's a very rare walk base on balls for the pitcher, Rhett Jordan. When you carry an ERA of 1.36, you're not giving away too many free bases.
Catcher wants to get on the same page with his pitcher. Maibaum seeing if he can get some good bat on it. Has a walk and a strikeout so far.
And how much fun is this for the players? I mean, you have Mybom from Crofton, Nebraska, is on the same team as the Nate Mensick from Crete. I mean, maybe every once in a while, like a tournament, you're going to play each other, but you're actually getting to play with these all-stars together on the same squad. Just what a really neat event.
Well, bridging the gap between communities in Nebraska, certainly getting the parents conversing with each other in the stands, the kids making connections, always run into each other in future academic or professional pursuits. And remember when they played together on the All-Star game in Wahoo.
That's exactly right.
Two aboard for this North team. After a scoreless first, the runs started to come. Trey Aarons with the home run. 2-run shot to deep center. 3 innings later, a 4-hit parade. In the 5th, played it a couple more. 1 run in the 7th on an RBI double from Hunter Babe. Last inning, 3 runs after a slew of walks. Runner taking off towards third, and the throw's high. It gets into the outfield, but right to the left fielder who is backing it up. Stolen base for Mensick.
Now you're looking at a real nice scenario here for the batter, Steve Mybom out of Crofton. Hitter count 3-1. He knows that Rhett has to come to him. Rhett Jordan, the pitcher, has to deliver a strike here.
Couldn't locate that time, and it's ball number 4. After a strikeout to start the side, 3 straight walks issued. Loads it up for Ryan Raisler. Raisler 1 for 2.
And Raisler put on a show during the hitting challenge as well, recording 45 points. For folks that weren't tuned in, you had to hit the ball past 200 feet to record 3 points. And then, you know, I think it was 10 points for a home run, 5 for hitting the fence. So when you record 45 points in one setting, one level, you're doing a fine piece of hitting right there.
You got some pop in your bat. The average, I'd say, was maybe in the 10 to 15 mark.
Yeah, Rhett Jordan kind of threw the curve when he,
yeah,
he went
I
off
think
for
we should find a median instead of the average. The casual 83, the first round for Jordan, who's now on the mound trying to work through a difficult inning. There, he's found his location for 2 straight pitches. Can he dispose of Raisler? Have a chance to get out of the side without any damage done. Be 2 outs if he retires Raisler here. Steps off the rubber. On deck is Hunter Babe. Last time up, he smoked a double.
Oh.
Cold strike 3. That's the comeback that Jordan was looking for. After 3 straight walks, gets a strikeout.
And there was no doubt about that one. That was right down the pipe, high velocity, exactly what Jordan was looking for.
So he's walked the tightrope to this point. Has to face a difficult hitter in Springfield's Hunter Babe.
Babe, one of the few left-handed hitters here tonight. Does a real nice job as a batter using the entire field.
You know, we were talking earlier about how his name was Babe. This could be his last baseball game. Many of these players, it is their last competitive game. Might as well call your shot, right?
Hey.
Live up to the namesake, point to the fence.
I love it. Get 2 strikes on you, then call the shot.
He's probably too good of a sport to do that.
Yeah, just being a little modest.
Make great television. That's why I'm cheering for it. North runners at every station here in the 9th. Already up 8 runs on the Aurora Co-op scoreboard. And that pitch gets past the catcher. Everybody stays put.
And we've seen it on a couple occasions here. The grass think it's getting a little bit of a dew on it. It really gobbles up that ball. You saw it right there. Usually that ball would have raced all the way back to the backstop. Grass totally gobbled it up. Smart base running there, not trying to advance.
And now a 3-1 count with nowhere to put the hitter. Flies it to the left side. It's heading into foul territory. A long run for everybody. Nobody gets to it. And a full count.
And Hunter Babe has new life.
Well, what a fun situation we have. Bases loaded, 2 down. Top of the ninth and a full count.
If you're ever going to call your shot, now's the moment.
Rhett Jordan against Hunter Babe. Swing and a miss. He got the fastball right past him. The full count battle won by the pitcher, Rhett Jordan. He struck out the side, sandwiched around 3 walks. And we head to the bottom of the ninth, the final half inning on the way. Don't go anywhere. All-Star Baseball on NCN.
We work every day to make your lives easier. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller.
Smart home automation allows digital devices that you use every day, like TVs, audio equipment, lights, security panels, and thermostats, to work together with easy-to-use devices like a remote control, tablet, or even your smartphone. With smart home automation, your whole home becomes more comfortable, convenient, and easier to control.
To learn more about how Diode Technologies can customize your smart home for your family, give me a call today. I'm Jeremiah with Diode Technologies of Diller, your local technology solutions company.
Nebraska is prime country for farming corn, beans, and now wind energy. For landowners interested in hosting a wind turbine, this doesn't mean giving up a lot of land. A wind turbine and its access drive will only occupy about 1/2 of an acre, leaving the rest of the land usable for world-class Northeast Nebraska farming. That half-acre used to harvest the wind will also help educate school children and improve area roads with additional tax revenue. To learn more, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
Starting this fall, Southeast Community College is changing academic calendars from quarters to semesters. This transition allows students more time and flexibility. It also creates a smoother transfer of credits to a 4-year school. Also, SCC's tuition and fee rate is still one of the most affordable in Nebraska and less than half the cost of large 4-year schools in the state. For more about our quarter to semester conversion and how it will affect you, log on to our website. Registration starts April 8th. Fall semester begins August 26th.
Are you struggling with pain or mobility issues? Do you need physical or occupational therapy? Husker Rehab can help. With 6 locations, help is in your hometown or just a short drive away. Our goal is to keep you moving with the most modern and up-to-date rehabilitative techniques. If your life is being ruined by physical pain, come and see us. Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms, in Fairbury, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Nebraska City. Visit us at huskerrehab.com.
Final half inning. It's the bottom of the ninth. Past the injured leg of the coach, you can see the All-Star painted right there onto the grass. This immaculate facility here built by, or rather organized by the Kiwanis Club this evening. Presented a great facility for these All-Stars from all across the state. Northside's ran away with it. They will likely win this one. It's 8-0 on the Aurora Co-op scoreboard. New pitcher is Trey Aarons. 2-run homer for him in the second inning. He might be in line for our player of the game.
How fitting he got things started offensively for the North Blue team. Now he's trying to finish things off defensively.
He's going against Camden Thompson, A.J. Benz, and Skylar Brown. Red side doesn't have many hits, just 3. Their last hit coming in the 4th inning. That's a skyscraping fly ball. The catcher trying to play it. Does it successfully. That's handled by Mensick for out number 1.
Camden Thompson, the batter, just went down there with the fly ball behind home plate. did a real nice job starting the game off with the South. Really had a devastating fastball. I think it was 3 up, 3 down there in the first inning. Got things started off there for the South.
Really good pitching on both sides, especially from the North. And that, in addition to the home run, has been the difference. Home run was all the North ended up needing, barring some runs here. A.J. Benz wants to get aboard. Future Concordia Bulldog football player.
Oh.
Nearly the catch made.
And we've seen Benz go opposite field a couple times here tonight. He did that earlier in the game where he was able to just take a pitch that was low and outside, work it out into the outfield. Get a nice little single. That time looped it a little too much. Fortunate I wasn't tracked down by the second baseman.
So Benz gets to try again. Takes it a little bit low. Well, really a tip of the cap needed to all of these athletes. That one a strike. Put together fantastic seasons on the field.
Yeah, these are just some video game style numbers that we're looking at. Batting averages above 400. You're seeing 30, 40 strikeout guys here.
Good eye by Benz to walk his way aboard. And great that they took the initiative to come here. And, you know, you get the players that love the game. You might get some athletes that are just naturally good at this level of play that no matter what, they'll succeed and hit over 300. But you got to make the trip to Wahoo, and you really get to celebrate the love of the game that goes with it. You know that all of these guys do enjoy baseball when they take the time to make the trip here and lace them up one more time.
You know, and represent their hometown, their communities as well. And we'll go back to a guy like Rhett Jordan, who's going on to play football at the next level. This is the last time he gets to lace up the cleats, the baseball cleats, and enjoy a competitive Legion baseball game. So a lot of fun being had here tonight by both sides, the blue and the red team.
There's your Waverly players there in the dugout. Some schools clearly embracing the All-Star game, sending bunches, and it's all warranted, whether it's Springfield, Waverly, a couple from Wood River.
How about Overton?
Overton.
3 cleanup hitters.
That's a swing and a miss. Good fastball. Skylar Brown, one of those trio of Overton men, had a fine showing there in the hitting challenge. Racked up 24 points.
And he's another one of those real smart batters. Well, fitting, he's going to the South Dakota School of Mines. Real nice batting average, though, of 342.
It's a hold of that one, but it's not on the barrel. Goes right to the shortstop. Hesser thought he might be able to double a guy off at first. Not the case. Out number 2 brings up Trace Bosch. And I think there's some respect that's been shown in this game, Andy, that there hasn't been many stolen base attempts, especially not until later in the game. They're respecting the catchers, too.
Oh, yeah.
That one gets through. Hit recorded by Bosch. Keeps the game alive.
Bosch, another one of those fine batters from Overton, did a real nice job squaring that baseball up, hitting it right back towards the pitcher. Little line drive right over the mound between the pitcher and second baseman.
Joshua Arajo blew out to right field in his only other trip. Good that 2 base runners got aboard because now everybody in the South has had a chance to bat twice.
Oh.
The bottom of the 9th inning.
And we've said it time and time again. I don't know how the South is doing it, but they are getting a lot of base runners, but they're not turning them into runs. Here we are again. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We need a hit here to generate some offense.
Can Jackson Grote come through with it? Swings at the first one and lifts it. That's playable in the infield. The shortstop is there to make the play and ends the game. No runs on one hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. That wraps things up for the game, and an ovation from the crowd. Outstanding effort from this group of All-Stars. The final score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard, North 8, South nothing. But we aren't done here on News Channel Nebraska. Post-game ceremonies on the field, plus a conversation with our player of the game. That's all coming up. You're watching baseball on News Channel Nebraska.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the non-stop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
Taking control of your grain marketing means having enough storage on your farm to maximize profits. Have you considered adding storage to your operation? Talk to the pros at D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer in Plymouth, about the options you have to make your grain handling more effective and more profitable. If grain storage or grain handling is a problem, D&K Agri-Sales is the solution. Bins, legs, towers, conveyors, elevators, dryers, augers, parts, and maintenance. Call D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer, for your grain marketing solutions today. Online at dnkagrisales.com.
Wind energy means opportunity. Did you know that a local wind energy project would usher in millions of new tax dollars to the county and school taxing districts, and increased funds allow schools to invest in quality education programs, technology, facility development, and even renovations? Funds can be used as needed to improve our schools and the learning environment for our children. To learn more about how wind energy is good for Northeast Nebraska schools, email haystack@tradewindenergy.com. Sponsored by Tradewind Energy.
If you're looking for excellent physical therapy or a great place to work out, Husker Rehab in Beatrice is the place to start. At Husker Rehab, they enjoy a friendly, relaxed atmosphere, and they'll help you reach your goals.
At Husker Rehab, we take pain personally, and we're always looking for the best solutions to help you out and have proven results. Hi, this is Ryan Wade, a physical therapist at Husker Rehab in Beatrice. If you have a referral for physical therapy or are looking to get into better shape, we'd love to help you out.
That's Husker Rehab with 2 locations in Lincoln, 1 in Beatrice, and 1 in Fairbury. Call today for more information or learn more at huskerrehab.com.
Get your tickets for the 4th Annual Faith Regional Health Services Foundation Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night. With grown-up games like Giant Jenga, Giant Connect 4, Human Foosball, and more on Saturday, August 17th at the Divots Defense Center in Norfolk. Enjoy an evening of grown-up games, a live DJ, dinner and drinks, along with a raffle and silent auction starting at 6 p.m. Proceeds will be used to purchase more AEDs to be placed in area businesses, schools, and organizations. Get your tickets for the Faith Regional Health Services Game of Hearts Grown-Up Game Night, Saturday, August 17th.
Jefferson Community Health and Life provides high-quality health and wellness services to Jefferson County and beyond. Our commitment to you is to provide exceptional family care to inspire a lifetime of health. We now offer family medicine services at 2 convenient locations in Fairbury and Plymouth to keep your family healthy for life. We are proud to welcome Dr. Brett Wergen, a native Nebraskan, to our team of 7 family medicine providers who all focus on developing long-term positive relationships with patients. Jefferson Community Health and Life.
We work every day to make your lives easier.
All right, welcome back to the baseball stadium here. I'm with the T.O. Husk player of the game, Trey Aarons. Trey, you did a little bit of everything tonight here at the plate, at the mound. You just shut out the game there, preserved the scoreless innings, but I want to go back to the 2nd inning where you lifted that ball to dead center and hit that home run and got the thing started for the North team. Let's go! Let's go! Hey, now that's what has to happen. It's true all-star game form, you know, you got to give the guy a Gatorade bat that gets the player of the game. That's got to make you feel pretty good. And you know, we're talking about that, how all the different teams and communities and players have really come together. You guys have had fun out here tonight. Tell me about that a little bit. We just saw it right there.
Yeah, I mean, these are a lot of teams out here that we've played against all summer. I mean, we've seen Springfield 6 times throughout the spring and summer. And it's just nice to be on different terms and be on the same side for once. It's good to get to know those guys.
Tell me about that second inning. Your approach, you're at bat there, you're able to lift one over the center field wall, and the wind was coming in, and it just cleared it by about 10 feet. Tell me about that at bat.
I mean, I finished the season hitting pretty well, but honestly, it was just nice to end my career at Crawford like that.
Well, okay, now tell me about just how you kind of bookended the game there. You took the mound, got into a little bit of trouble, but you're able to bear down and secure the victory, keep the shutout alive.
I mean, pitching's never been my strong suit, something I kind of got thrown into. We just didn't have a pitcher for the 9th, and so I just didn't want to give up the shutout for Hot Rod.
Now you say Hot Rod there, that's Coach Hot Rod. What was he telling you guys pre-game? Because whatever he was talking to you guys about really came through. An impressive win here for the blue team.
He just told us to play loose, have fun. I mean, he got a little intense every once in a while, but I don't know, just go out and have a good time.
What does it mean to you to kind of be the hometown hero here, go out with the bang, really give the fans what they wanted? And tell me a little bit about Wahoo and what a great host this city really is for this type of event. 17th annual Kiwanis All-Star.
I mean, Wahoo's great. This field is amazing. I have gotten only one out in my high school career until tonight, so it was nice to go out that way. But honestly, I'm just going to miss playing here with some of my best buddies. Carson Hesser, Colin Morrissey, Nick Odin came out and played with me tonight, and it's just something I'll never forget.
I don't think too many folks are going to forget. You guys put on one heck of a show for us here tonight. This is Trey Ahrens, our T.O. Husk player of the game. Michael, let's send it back up to you in the booth.
Well, thank you very much, Andy, and a great conversation there with Trey Ahrens. Congratulations to him on the Player of the Game honor and the nice, refreshing Gatorade shower. It's quite humid, and I bet that actually felt pretty good out there, especially considering, like he said, he'd only gotten one out of here before, and to get one out in his final game at this field in an all-star game, a really special moment for that young man from Wahoo. And a really fun time for all of us here taking in this action. You can see on the field right now players with their parents getting awards, getting trophies, and being recognized for their accomplishments in their American Legion regular season and this evening. So many thank yous to give out today. First to our outstanding crew led by Will Ryan and our trio of camera operators helping bring you the action this evening. Thank you to Andy Klassen, my color commentator. Thank you so much to the Wahoo Area Kiwanis Club for organizing this event and making us feel at home here in Wahoo. Thank you to the viewers and the fans, the players, everything. Fantastic, a really fun event. I'm really happy to bring it to you on News Channel Nebraska. Trey Ahrens hit a home run, and the team from the north able to come away with an 8-0 victory. Well, we do have a fall sports schedule coming up on News Channel Nebraska. You can head to our website at newschannelnebraska.com, and in the coming days, we will have our sports schedule for the fall posted. Lots of content just like this coming your way on NCN. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Michael Shively saying so long. The baseball season over and finished on a fun note in Wahoo.